It's the game from Fall Guys. Before Fall Guys.
Oh shit! What color?
Yeah, fuck you!
I don't know this game.
That's what you get.
Toad brings up a color. You jump onto that
Everything
Chris
motion.
is colorblind.
Gray.
How is everything gray? Oh! My God! Oh shit!
Get on Toad.
Before we begin tonight's lighthearted banter about video games and other shit that doesn't really matter, I'd like to direct your attention to a crisis that is currently threatening the lives of more than 44 million people. It's no secret by now that you've seen Russian forces unjustly invade eastern Ukraine and is now engaging the capital of Kyiv. President Putin's nationalistically driven speech justifying the directive to begin special military operations beyond Donetsk and Luhansk is just part of the tyrant's vision to see a modern-day reformation of the Soviet Union. While we are no one special, the ScrubVerse podcast and its members vehemently condemn the actions taking place in Eastern Europe. My family immigrated from Imperial Russia in 1905 following the start of the Russian Revolution, another link in the chain of events that ultimately led my motherland to be tormented by war, famine, and political disarray for centuries. In his speech, Mr. Putin defended the impending actions due to the history and culture Ukraine and Russia shares, along with the threat of Western forces sneaking up on its border. And while this is true, yesterday's imperialism does not justify modern-day expansionism, and certainly not at the cost of tearing down a democracy in favor of propping up a Soviet-era puppet state. This war is not the will of the Russian people, as seen by the massive protests taking place in Moscow. It's the effects of lingering resentment from a dying dictator threatened by the winds of change. Make no mistake, there is no good guy in this fight. Mistakes and failures have been shared across the US, NATO, Ukraine's leadership, and more. But the decision to invade ultimately marks the Putin administration as the villains and the Russian citizens its scapegoat. To paraphrase anti-war activist Tatiana Usmanova, this is a disgrace that will forever be with our people. Since their unlawful declaration of war, Russian forces have not only engaged Ukrainian military elements, but have also bombed civilian warehouses, neighborhoods, hospitals, and threatened both the Chernobyl and the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Right now, millions of innocent Ukrainian citizens are holed up in Cold War-era nuclear bomb shelters as they await refuge in Poland, Hungary, and Romania. The world is moving into uncertain territory. It's a scary time, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. If you're looking for ways to assist, please consider donating to the Ukrainian Red Cross, as they currently have boots on the ground performing humanitarian operations in the affected regions. You can also help by contacting your congressman and tell them that the Biden administration needs to stand firm with our allies by pressing stricter sanctions on Russia's and Belarus's leadership. Regardless of your political affiliation, no American or ally should look at the actions of the Russian Federation idly. The Ukrainians have a long and grueling war ahead of them, but they can force their aggressors out with our support. To invoke the bravery and defiance of the Russian soldiers of Snake Island who responded to a Russian warship before being fired on, tell Russia to go fuck themselves.
Yes.
Dick suckers.
That's a way to come in. Of course, my camera's fucked up out of everybody, so fuck everybody. So my camera looks fine in Discord. So who's gonna bring? Someone talk about shit while I fix something. So...
New Pokemon Fuecoco.
No, that's the news article.
Nope, Fuecoco, best boy.
Got back from dinner and boy are my arms tired.
Oh God. Oh my God.
It's a hell of a dinner, huh?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It's a bad joke.
The butter.
Bad comedians start with.
Okay.
I just flew in from Denver and boy are my arms tired or something like that.
Oh, that version of the camera's terrible.
He said to kill time. He didn't say do it like artistically or intelligently.
Okay. I
Granted,
forgive
you
you.
started talking about Pokemon, so it's about the same thing.
Are we gonna have to do the countdown again?
No,
Yes.
No, we don't have to do the countdown again. The Audacity
do it
report is
again.
fine.
Do it again.
No, I'm not doing it again. People don't even know who I am.
All right,
The camera's not
in
showing up. So.
2,
No,
1.
Eddie, this is fucking
One.
you
No,
over.
Dose,
Two.
trace.
Ishini, Sanshi. That's all I know.
We could count like you two and count 1, 2, 3, 14.
Oh, uno, dos,
There you
tres, catorce.
Yeah, that never
That
made
shit's
sense.
so stupid. All right, what is this, a video capture device?
Whoa.
Corey's cam, why is it not working?
Whoa.
You know, what was a bad idea was chugging the rest of my milk before I got on. So
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm very interested in what kind of dinner that you had.
Ew, I'm not.
she made. I shot a picture. I sent a picture into the ScrubVerse food stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me just go ahead and look instead of having a conversation with you. But
well, no, I was going to say that because I don't know how to describe food. I'm an enemy of the kitchen, and the one thing that came out of HelloFresh is very much a 50-50 shot. But Rachel's kept all the recipes. We stopped doing it because there really weren't as many alternatives for vegetarian as they claimed.
Yeah.
And a lot of the produce was not. It was a 50-50 shot that was fresh. But she's kept the recipes. So tonight she made the Donburi, which is like rice. It's like rice and then shaved carrots, broccoli, fried egg, and what are those radishes? I think the little red things.
Looks good.
And then some sauce that she does. Yeah, it's very filling. Like that's a lot of food.
And you had a glass of milk with this.
I had a glass of milk because I guess I'm a freak show who also enjoys his bananas in his cereal.
Fucking old man.
Are you a glass of milk and sandwich kind of guy?
Ew.
That has been a meal I've had before. What do you mean?
No, it's just a question. Like I never understood it. Like it's one of those things. Like I remember the first time I saw it was in the Terminator movie when like the girl and the guy just slept with each other, and she's like, "I'm gonna go make a sandwich for you," and like she goes into the kitchen to make a sandwich and grabs him a glass of milk as well too. It happens in movies a lot. I just never understood it.
Is this like a human archetype that there's just these certain types of people that have sandwiches with milk? Like how do you describe someone's personality based on liking or having those two things?
Are you asking me?
I am asking you. You're the one who brought this up.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's a thing. It's a similar. I guess it could be a similar thing to like the whole cilantro thing, where it tastes like soap to some people.
Okay, yeah, those are terrorists, and we need to get rid of them.
No, don't use that term right now. My channel is fixed. I'm back,
everybody.
So go. That's a very interesting. Not the terrorist part. The other one. My wife. It has to be a Southern thing because I'm at my
wife. Okay, episode is over now.
My core, like at my core, I'm actually not Southern. Like I was born in the South, but apparently to her, don't have a Southern mama, so I'm not Southern. But she eats cornbread in milk.
Okay.
She said she takes homemade cornbread and a glass of milk, puts her cornbread in the glass, and then eats the cornbread out of the glass, and then drinks the rest of the milk.
Where's Scott ban him?
That's not that.
No, that's not that bad. Yeah.
That's not that weird, and I'll tell you why. Cornbread, depending on how you make it, is like borderline a dessert pastry.
If you go sweet, it can be. If you go sweet, you can. Yeah.
Cornbread is not supposed to be sweet, though.
Shut up, New Yorker.
No. Cornbread is supposed to suck 90% of the moisture out of your body.
You're eating bad cornbread, then.
Okay. No, I'm not. It's not supposed to be fucking sweet. If I wanted sweet, I'd eat cake, not cornbread. It's supposed to be with the meal as a savory option.
What I'm saying is if it is like that, then dipping it in milk can be the equivalent or similar to dipping a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie or an Oreo or something in milk.
It's fucking weird.
I don't think it's weird. I'm with Scotty on this whole thing, but to answer, there's two things that I want to talk about here right now.
Defend my wife.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, first and foremost, it's like I wasn't trying to characterize Scotty's personality or character of the thing. It was just a general question. I guess that people do. Yeah. Second, the cornbread thing isn't as weird to me because I agree with Scotty that it's more like it can be a pastry, and at least it's like bread that's going in there into the milk. Now, you want to talk weird? I'm calling out my sister on this one because she dips her pizza slices in milk.
Fuck that.
Wow.
There's cheese, there's salt, there's no
ranch, even though Chris hates it.
That's only not weird, but that seems like overkill because that's just a lot of dairy in one bite. I don't
know what to tell you. She's been doing it for quite some time.
When it was a big deal that Pizza Day at school was a big deal. You dip it in Italian dressing.
We need hit pause on your fucking shit. Corey, what the fuck are you trying to do?
I'm just drinking a beer I enjoy.
No, you're not.
I'm just having a good old cold beer that I enjoy.
You brought that on.
It's
like
very good.
He just drank it like a child playing the flute.
I was trying to show the cover of it
for the first time.
Peasant,
pigeon. I'm beating your ass the next time I see you.
Is he drinking out of a straw?
Sight.
No,
on sight.
It's a Modelo. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
a Modelo what?
A Modelo dark ale is what it is.
Well, if we're talking about that, I've got a. You want to hear this pretentious title?
Oh, of course, always.
Sure. Rogue Newport Nights West Coast India Pale Ale brewed with El Dorado hops.
I don't like any of that sentence.
But
I like Rogue.
They found El Dorado, and all they did was bring the fucking hops back.
It's got a cover of like all of us that stream on Twitch.
It looks like a fucking new wave synth album cover, and that's why I got it. But I read the back, and it's got when it's a cool thing you can pair with stuff. They have their fucking origin story in 2 paragraphs worth. And then I mainly got it because also it says citrus. I like citrusy things, but it says here, pair it with oyster shooters, karaoke, or questionable dance moves. And I'm like, I fucking hate you before even drinking you, just from that.
Yep.
But it's not bad.
Good on that.
Pass.
So
how about that opener we had, huh?
Yeah,
I thought this was the opener.
We just have an opener to the opener is what we do now. So.
Yeah, the fucking milk and sandwich guy threw it off.
No, the camera threw it off.
Yeah, remember, we started talking about everything or anything or whatever the hell it's shit, and now here we are.
My computer sucks.
Back to the play-by-play.
I can't ghost watching my channels, so I got to turn them off because my shit's so bad. All right, let's go to our actual. Anyone got their Steam Deck yet?
No, I haven't gotten the email yet. I have the money. I want them to take my money.
I don't really have a plan of getting one anytime soon, but I watched some comparison videos, and that thing is fucking massive. But
yeah, it's a big.
It might
boy.
be something. This is like all I have to say about it, and I'll say that because I'm sure you guys will have a lot more to say. This is a possible thing just for the sake of like bringing the computer experience downstairs, because there's a lot of cool, like I really want to play Inscription, but that's something I know Rachel will be into, and we really don't want to sit up here on the small futon in front of my computer to play it. So like if I could bring that downstairs, dock it and plug it into the DV to the Steam Deck, there you go.
It's so before, like, we have a story to go with this, but I want to just talk about it a little bit. I also, if you go and look at your reservation, it tells you what order you're supposed to be getting your email in. I'm supposed to be getting mine early Q2, which should be like April, I think. And but that thing is out of the box, comes with like an app that has like really good emulators on it, and you're just like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but if you were lucky enough to get your reservation in and really early, you will be in this first quarter, which also, if you're super lucky and you're in the Seattle area, Gabe Newell has been reportedly hand delivering Steam Decks to people that have ordered them in Seattle, which, how fucking terrifying must it be to see Gabe Newell walking up to your door?
So this is going to sound
nerd Santa.
This is going to sound fucked up. I always have pictured Gabe Newell as like Jabba the Hutt, so I just picture him slithering up to your house, handing you the Steam Deck and whatever. Oh, joy, my fucking camera fucking died. You love to see that.
Don't make me pull the image up. I'll put it over your face.
I'll kill you.
The funny thing about it, the funny thing about it is when I saw the tweet and I saw the picture of Gabe Newell there, I was like, I didn't think it was him. I was like, wait, that's not him? It doesn't look like him.
He got a beard now.
Yeah, but apparently that is him, yeah.
Lockdown beard, Gabe Newell.
So, but yeah, according to a Reddit user by the name of Bitfiddlero, I apologize if I butchered
nice
that.
name.
Yeah, Gabe Newell showed up at their house to hand deliver their brand new Steam Deck. A camera crew also accompanied Santa Newell, insinuating that a video of purchaser reactions will be used in a future, possibly, we don't know for a fact if that's true, but it's going to be used for some kind of video, maybe a promotional video or something like that. But I wanted to bring it up because in the article, well, Eddie actually, he was like, here's Icebreaker. I was like, perfect. So the guy, I don't know if it was this Reddit user, but someone posts in the article that we have here on thegamer.com, that they said, quote, fast forward to today, I told my wife to watch for deliveries while I went on a full day ski trip with friends. The quote unquote delivery guy comes and wife opens the door. He asks, is Mike, that's not his real name, home? She says, no, but you can leave the package with me. And she goes, what's with the camera crew? And little did he know that Gabe Newell was there to record his reaction, and that he's like, I'm never skiing again. So
what?
That's like because he went on a ski trip. That's why he wasn't home. And like he was like, shit, I missed the chance to meet Gabe Newell. Like, I don't know if he really wanted to meet Gabe Newell, but I mean, if Gabe Newell came up to my door, I'd be like, yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you to a camera. Sure. I don't give a shit. I'm a whore when it comes to getting my name on the internet. So
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have recognized him. I would have been like, okay, thanks for the package.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a...
He had a face mask on.
It's a weird thing because it's like, I mean, it's easily comparable to like if Miyamoto walked up and was like, here's a Wii U or something, you know?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll tell you when you're older.
Oh.
Wait, is he serious? Are you
no,
serious?
He's not serious.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. But so it's like if you're part of the PC Master Race, that might be awesome. Or I feel like I feel like it'd either be awesome or you would have no idea and then just be a troll. That's what the PC Master Race is, right? Really cool or really horrible.
No, there's some of us in the middle. There's some of us in the middle.
The opinions of me do not represent that of the ScrubVerse collective.
That's right.
3 out of 1 is the collective. 3 out of 1 is the collective, isn't it?
That's true. Hey, look, in my Twitter bio, it says opinions here on my own. So
yeah,
I don't know if you guys have covered your asses though. But no, also because I wanted to bring up the fact too that there's been an article that came up that they were like, "Hey, Gabe, what you think about the metaverse?" And I'm gonna give the exact quote that Gabe gave to PC Gamer. He said, quote, most of the people who are talking about metaverse have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And they've apparently never played an MMO. They're like, oh, you'll have this customizable avatar. And it's like, well, if you go to Lanoska in Final Fantasy 14 and tell me that it isn't a solved problem from a decade ago, not some fabulous thing or that you think you're inventing. So for people that don't know, in Final Fantasy 14, Lanoska is like the city that you go to and you see some crazy fucking shit. Just people dressed up super weird or naked Jesus over in the corner dancing. You've got a 6-person Lalafell singing fucking Darude Sandstorm. And like you got everything fucking going on. And it brought up a good thing. It's just like metaverse is like Facebook. They're just like, hey, we're reinventing things. I'm like, you're reinventing things for people that don't know MMOs exist. Like for people that know that MMOs exist. Like, go ahead, Scotty.
I forgot what you were. I forgot that was called meta. That's going to take some time to adjust to. I forgot what that was entirely, and then I remembered the commercial, and I was like, "Oh, this is dumb." And what's even dumber is it's making me miss PlayStation Home.
Like, oh wow! I don't think anyone said that.
I enjoy PlayStation Home. Yes, very much so. Yeah. This PlayStation Home was Sony's answer to the Xbox avatars and the Mii's and everything.
Yeah. I remember that, and the one day that I used PlayStation Home was the day that they announced that they were shutting it down.
Oh, it was fucking batshit then.
Yeah.
Well, it was just VR a room. Chat. Like VR chat exists. That's what metaverse is kind of trying to be with their avatars and shit. Like,
oh yeah.
It's just like we don't.
Well, I mean, isn't like the metaverse supposed to like completely immerse you into like the place, like actually, like if you were there?
It's supposed to be like Ready Player One. I feel like.
Yeah, sorry, air quotes, Scotty. Yeah, like you're there.
You gotta say those on an audio podcast.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's I don't know. Gabe's also said some like cool, like I think cool. So he's like, we should just take a flamethrower to all these fucking NFTs. Like we're tired of this bullshit. Like, and he states too with the metaverse, he goes, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. And I'm just like, boy, if you Gabe Newell is hitting it on the head. I don't know. I mean, Gabe Newell's people have been pissed off at him before, but he's fucking hand delivering Steam Decks and talking shit on Meta and talking shit on NFTs. So far he's fine with me. So
it's kind of weird because, you know, like like if you could have a timeline of his life, like he made games and then Steam happened. Who the fuck I don't need to make Half-Life. I don't need to kicks like Greenlight, Half-Life 3, or Left 4 Dead 3, I'm making enough money just on Steam. And then like he disappeared. And now suddenly he's in the public eye again. It kind of makes you wonder if like they're trying to plan something and he's trying to do this guerrilla marketing in it and for something bigger than just Steam Deck.
Yeah, it comes to the point like Eddie said too. It's just like he did those games, did Steam. We have an image of what Gabe Newell looks like, and then he's gone.
Legends.
And then he comes back, and you're just like, "What happened to Gabe?" It's like, "Oh, Dota. It happened. Right. He aged just like all of us did." So,
right. Well, it looks like he lost some weight too. That's the thing that was throwing me off. It's just like
my Gabe Newell should be fat.
Yeah, to Chris's comment earlier, like the Jabba the Hutt thing. I was like, yeah, I remember him seeing kind of like a big lobby type of dude. Yeah,
very big man.
And then the picture, it's like he looks like oh, he's lost weight a lot.
He even has the white beard. He looks like Santa. So...
Shut the fuck up.
Look, if Gabe Newell, I'm just saying, if Gabe Newell had Jeff Bezos's shit, he could 100% be Santa Claus. Like, that's all I'm saying. So,
theoretically,
the other icebreaker we had was better. I apologize to everybody. So,
yeah, you just gotta let us go crazy, Ben.
Gabe Newell is a milk and sandwich kind of guy.
Well, maybe
I'm pretty sure
earlier.
So what you're saying is that you and Gabe Newell are one and the same.
I also have a huge knife collection. Yes.
Okay.
And a platform that you house all these video games on, Scotty.
Throwing out the rare Gabe Newell references that I know. I'm almost tapped out, but that knife one was the last one.
Doesn't he own like an actual like 1-to-1 replica of like a Gears of War gun or something like that?
The one from GameStop?
Well, that's not a 1-to-1. Like I'm talking like a real 1-to-1.
I thought it was a 1-to-1 one from GameStop.
Size-wise, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We know we worked at GameStop.
Yeah, we know, Corey. We're registered chainsaw machine gun
enthusiasts, connoisseurs.
When Scotty said we're registered, I was like, huh? Registered?
Well, it depends on what you're registered on.
All GameStop advisors have to take a written. There's the you've never seen the back room. There's firing ranges with also planks of wood next to where
fuck you
shoot stuff. So boom saw.
No, they wouldn't hire me because they were just like, you have been in trouble with the law, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm like paying dues and doing my time, and they're like, we're not hiring you. I was like, this is bullshit, and I walked out.
Oh, you applied at a different GameStop then. I don't think all of them were like that.
I applied at a brand new GameStop that was opening up.
They had standards then.
Yeah, and then a year later, the manager was like, do you want a job? And I was like, no, and I just walked out. Oh, God. So, all right. God fucking damn it. What the fuck is this Funko Pop shit, Eddie?
What? It's
everyone's trying to piss me off with Funko Pop.
No, man, you wanted us to talk about something, and I may have a problem, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Jesus, fucking Christ! If that's the case, then I'm
the wall behind you.
How about them apples? Yeah. Basically, no. So it's got into a point where I've been talking about how I've been organizing the office room for like the last 3 weeks, and it's been a mess and whatnot. And my Funko wall that I have back there, or whatever, and stuff like that. I had forgotten some of the Funko Pops that existed back there. This is because what you guys see is a wall, but behind that wall, there's another wall
of the less popular ones you don't want to showcase.
Of whatever has been unorganized, right? There really isn't anything. There is no scheme to it. They're just kind of like there.
You look at one and you're like, you're a foundation piece. You go in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what it ended up becoming is that like I was just like, okay, let me start trying to organize these, and let me see if there's an app where I can like just kind of like scan them and like put them in, and like I can remember which ones are which. Because it even happened today when I went to Walmart. I went to Walmart and I saw Starship Troopers Johnny Rico, and I was like, oh shit, they got Johnny Rico, and I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure I got Johnny Rico.
Hell yeah!
And I don't know if I got Johnny Rico, and I still haven't gone back there. Yeah, I still haven't gone back there and checked. But apparently, Official Funko has an app specifically for just Yeah, to scan and look and see what you want to get and whatnot and stuff like that. So I've been like using that, just kind of tinkering around with it. And then I delved into like this whole Funko thing where I was like, I went to their Twitter, I went to their Instagram page, and I started seeing what other people were doing. I was like, oh, there's a Funko Discord and all this stuff. And then I came across the Funko Pop affiliate program.
No.
And I was like, what is that? Yeah. I was like, what is that?
Funko Anonymous is what it is.
And so no, basically it's just like how you see anything that you are affiliated with, like Twitch or whatever and stuff like that. You can apply for it. I don't know the specifics of it, but basically it's free advertisement for Funko. And then you basically post your pictures and you have a link or a code. And if anybody buys a Funko using your code, then you get money type of thing. Okay. And I'm like,
I can't fault you on the hustle. That's a hustle. Yeah. That's a hustle that I can respect. I can respect that you need something to help you categorize, because I mean, Chris can attest to it. Chris uses a categorization thing for his video games. I've seen Red Letter Media. They have to have a categorization. I can't even say the word. To catalog all the movies they have, because they have way too fucking many movies. So I don't fault you on that. I don't fault you on being like, hey, I got all this shit. Time to make some money back off of this shit. So I give you props on that. I'm not gonna talk shit on you on this one. So I'm for it on this.
Does it do that as well? The app, it helps you inventory things. Is that what it does?
Yeah. So basically, that's so you take a pop. You basically take a pop. You scan it with your phone, and it basically puts it on like, oh, you own this one or you want this one. You can set up like wish lists and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like blah blah blah. So even if I don't buy it and I go to like the store and be like, oh, let me take a look at this. Bloop. Like,
you have to scan the bar. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Does it tell you the secondhand market price for your Funko?
It doesn't give you the secondhand market price. It just gives you the current value. But I haven't looked into the app as much because there are, like they do show like the vaulted ones and the ones that don't like you can't buy anymore. Yeah. But like I said, I'd have to take a look at it more in depth. Like it's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy weekend. Like I just literally found this out yesterday, and so here we are.
Report on this next week.
Yeah,
please.
I do have a question in terms of like Funko and everything. You got this yellow Funko in the back that's been staring at me for the last 3 weeks, and I want to know what the fuck it is.
Right by the sign?
It's right by the sign.
Is it the big one? You have like a Marvel box.
Or the one's behind the Marvel box.
No. So where you're pointing right now,
left of that box, or maybe it's our right.
That one.
That's not yellow.
What is it?
Okay, fuck you. I don't care if it's not yellow.
It's also hinted with purple.
I forgot he was colorblind.
Yeah, I did too. That's Beastman from He-Man, Man Beast.
Oh, it's Beastman. Yeah.
Yeah, Beastman from.
Fetch me my latte, Beastman.
Isn't he orange or red?
Yeah, he's orange, and Skeletor's next to him too, but he's being blocked by Duffman. No, to talk about the actual situation here, no, I do have a fucking problem because I bought like fucking 12 Funkos this week. Like
that was before he found out about the app, people.
This is before I found out about the app. Yes.
How many have you bought that are doubles?
None, fortunately.
Good job.
Yeah, none, fortunately.
Oh,
Yeah, but I've
definitely bought doubles of games.
Yeah, no. So the Marvel Lucha one is actually I'm pretty particularly proud of because
talking to the mic.
Apparently, oh sorry, there you go. Yeah, the Marvel Lucha one I'm particularly proud of because that one was only $10 on Amazon if you guys want to get it. And the reason why I say it is because they're Marvel superheroes, which is basically Venom, Spider-Man, and Wolverine in Lucha Libre masks.
Well, don't tell us to buy them until you get your affiliate link.
It's $10 on Amazon. Either way, it works for me.
Make sure you use /Eddie Forte to save 10% at the.
What do you got, Scotty?
Storefront.
I've got a luchador mask right there, literally from Mexico. So I'm set. I'm good to go.
So it sounds like you and I are wrestling because I got a lucha. I got like 6 of them over there.
If you want to win real fast, yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of Amazon, the Kenny actually he ordered like the big ass Deku from when Deku from My Hero Academia goes 100% in the Yakuza arc or whatever. But it's huge. It's like one of those big ones. It's supposed to be like $40 or something. He's like, Amazon was like, oh, it's only $10, and he was like, yoink. So he scooped that shit. He looked it up afterwards after his order, and they popped it back up to 40. And he was like, he's like, I bought it for 10. So
yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because there's an actual Twitter handle that specifically focuses on Funko Pops that Amazon puts up when they're on a deal. Jesus. Like, and I was like, what the hell? Because that's how it. So the basis of this whole thing started when I was because at work I see a bunch of them. Every time I see a box, I'm like, oh, what's this? And I was like, which one is it? Like now, and I get all excited or happy. I was like, I didn't know there was this one. There's one in particular. And if you can look it up, I should have looked it up, Corey, because I thought of you when I saw it. Because one of the things that you had said, and also. I've also realized that because I've been posting a lot of my Funkos on Instagram and I've been posting a lot of them on other people's Discords, and a lot of people don't like them. Like there was one in particular, I think, I don't remember which Discord it was. The dude basically said, ew, and then reacted with a throw up emoji, and then it followed by a bunch of other people. And I was just like, oh, well, fuck you guys.
Was I in this Discord?
Yeah. And so the thing about it is, it's just like one of the things that you had pointed out was that like, oh, their eyes, there's something about their eyes. If you look up the Alice in Wonderland Funko Pop, when she's in the flower field, like there's one particular flower that is basically made for Corey. Like I was like, if you want to talk about scary eyes, everybody looks normal, and then you see that one, and that one's
they inverted the colors.
Yeah.
I don't have a browser open. Can you toss it in the Discord, Corey?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah. The purple. It's like the purple flower or whatever.
I like the photos you post though, Eddie, because you take them out of their boxes and you give them a background that makes sense to their, like the Rio and Ken. Is that why people are puking? Because they're like, he took it out of the box.
Like just in general.
Yeah, I think it's just in general and stuff like that. Because I've always been like, I take everything out of the box. I always open up everything and stuff like that. One of the ones that I had gotten was because they're never sealed. They're not really sealed. They're just always kind of like popped open and whatnot. But I also found out. Like I've been taking these pictures just because I like doing the aesthetic stuff on Instagram, and I found out that like every month or every other month, Funko has like days of Funko or days of whatever, where you take like every day is a different theme, and you're supposed to take a picture of your Funko and like upload it, and you can win a contest type of thing. Like every day, like they had one for like February where it's like 27, 28 days of Funko. And one was like, oh, a Funko with balloons, a Funko with like a vigilante, a Funko with like a featuring a female character or something like that. And you can win
flower.
Yeah. And they have a whole link and site dedicated on this is how you take better pictures. This is how you make quality. Like, and I'm just like,
wow.
There's a whole community of things that I was not aware when it came down to Funko. So after when people were like you know, like you had the conversation with me, and then other people were just kind of like ew, and then I was like, fuck, I guess people don't fucking like Funkos and shit. So I started looking for a group of Funkos fanatics, and here we are. And then it just delved into everything else, and I was just
when you say here we are, you're not talking about the four of us, right? Because I'm pretty sure
here I am. Here I am. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I will speak at your seminars if you need me to.
So from here on out, so from here on out, I will be known as Funko_Fuerte, and
any Funko.
Yeah, and there it is.
What were you gonna say?
There's another word that starts with the letter A, like affiliate. It's addiction, and we'll have to get through this.
Yeah, I got too many, man.
I used to have the pride of saying that my Funko collection was solely gifts, and it started as that until they released the Resident Evil Pops and the Mystery Science Theater Pops, because that was before everything had a pop, because it was like, there's no MST merch. Yeah, I have to have these. And also it's like, I don't fucking want to try to buy a Resident Evil figure again. And then someone bought me... the Tyrant, which is one of the big boys. That's the only one of the big boys I have. But, I have like 3 Funko vehicles that I didn't even buy myself, but they're right here. You can see the size of them on my shelf if that's in camera.
I'll talk shit. Like, I don't like those Funko Pops, but Eddie showed off the Johnny Bravo one, and that one's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't show the eyes. And there's not Johnny Bravo merch. So
man, I'm pretty.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's
I used to have the original Knuckles pop before they
those
had the
look
whites
weird.
of their eyes. And
yeah, those look super odd. Like, because I was looking at, dude, like I went into this whole tangent of things, and like I remember, because there's a couple of ones that I missed, like the Sailor Moon ones are fucking expensive to get now. The Resident Evil ones are super fucking expensive to get one. And then out of curiosity, I have no idea why Rick Vaughn from Major League Wild Thing, if you guys know what I'm talking about here, that movie Major League with Charlie Sheen.
I think faintly.
There's a Funko Pop of him. There's two variants. There's one that goes for like $12, and there's one that goes for like $80. And I'm just like, I want the one that's $80, and I'm watching two that are $35 right now on eBay, which I shouldn't.
Well, we were literally at Walmart yesterday, and Rachel spotted 3 different Bill Murray pops, because there was one from What About Bob, or there were 2 from What About Bob. There's of course a Peter Venkman, and then there was another one from another movie I forget. And she's like, she and I both are 100% on board with like the ones that are just the people, or like that are like band members. Like there's a Trey Cool pop. It's like, no, those just we don't like those. The ones that are like characters and like cartoons and stuff, it's like they sort of get a pass, even though they look like nightmare fuel. But when it's just a person, it's too much.
I forgot. I was gonna say I forgot that the Sonic ones were some of the first ones that they made, because Knuckles is number 8, and they didn't put his fucking eyes whites in.
No. And I don't have it anymore because I got rid of it because it was an ex-girlfriend that got it for me, and I wanted to get, you do the cleanse, and I don't have it anymore. And now
$428 on Mercari.
So I've got the Sonic one at work, and it just sits on top of my like cubicle over there in the office, and apparently that one is worth some money.
Yeah.
Yep. The very first ones for sure, because there's a couple of other ones, but that Knuckles one is rough, man.
This Sonic one's great. He looks so mad. It looks like if Chris was Sonic.
Yeah, that's it.
If Chris was Sonic.
They also gave him white eyes. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, it's just like the app also tells you the current number of Funko products that there are, which is apparently 24,941.
Oh my god!
But I also think that's not the number of the actual Funko Pops. It says Funko products, and they have like those little like the keychains and like wobbles and stuff or whatever. Which is just crazy to me. Which is just crazy. But I mean, like, it's an interesting thing. It's I was trying to figure out, like, because I was even talking to my roommate about it. Like, and my roommate's like, he's like, dude, you got like a bunch of those this week. And I was just like, yeah, I did. And he's just like, but why though? And I was like, I guess the best thing I can describe them is like they're like kind of like trading cards. They're so easy to pick up and just kind of like collect and stuff like that. Like, I'm all for collecting big statues and stuff like that and whatnot.
A lot more space.
But I also was that. I don't have the space.
Takes a lot more space than trading cards do.
Yeah, that is true, dude. And don't get me. I ordered a Sub-Zero and Scorpion, like an original Sub-Zero and Scorpion with the original ninja outfits from like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and the Scorpion one came in a protective box, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh, you didn't know those existed?
I knew of them. I just never thought I would want one. And now I saw it, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Was it hard case or was it just plastic?
It's a hard case one. It's a hard case one.
So I have the plastic. So the ones that Hallie has, she's gone to conventions and gotten like Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion and Jeff Goldblum to sign. I was like, you already paid fucking $80 for a signature. Put it in a protective case. Like, those are the only ones that are in protective cases. None of mine are in protective cases. Except for the ones I have signed.
Dude, it's a very interesting situation, or like the hobby or whatever you want to call it, man. But like, the protective case I never thought about getting. And now, like, now that I know they exist or like how they work, I was like, I should have gotten them, because I do have 2 Funko Pops that have been ruined by my cat. For whatever reasons, one fell down and she decided to chew on the box. So that's Ric Flair. Too bad, Ric Flair. You suck ass, anyways.
This is really funny. Yeah. This is really funny because Chris, Doesn't Eddie, if we ever talk about like, oh, we got this complete in-box sealed like $300 game, Eddie would immediately rip it open, but not with these Funkos apparently. I think we found
because they're already open. Because they're already open. That's what I'm saying. They have no seal. They have nothing. So even if I were to buy a $300 Funko Pop, and that's what baffles me the most. I have the TMNT ones, which is like all the 4 turtles, Casey and April O'Neil. They released a Shredder one, a Super Shredder one, a 10-inch Super Shredder one, and there's also a Rocksteady and a Bebop one. Rocksteady and Bebop go for $300 each on eBay.
Jesus. Look at that, Eddie.
I don't have that.
Well, audio listeners, that's the Turtle Van Funko Pop that Scotty has that he's showing off with Michelangelo sticking out the top.
So there's just a couple that I know I'm not going to end up picking up. There's no way I'm going to pay $300 for a freaking 4-inch piece of plastic. Like I can acknowledge that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But there is like I know a limit. Like Jill Valentine, like I said, like I would probably pay $80 for her because it's Jill Valentine.
So are you saying that $80 is your ceiling for Funkos
for now?
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. Is right now that ceiling could creep up.
Yeah,
and he gets a raise at work, and that ceiling's now $120. So
the crazy thing about it, is that Funko is also like changing up the game, and like so the big boxes that you see with the Beastman, the one that you were just like, oh, what's that one like looking at me? That's a 10-inch box, and it's a 10-inch figure, right? They're now, what Funko is doing now is also selling 10-inch boxes with 4-inch figures, but in the background, it's kind of what they're calling like their trading card series or like their magazine series, where it has like Shaquille O'Neal like posing from like the Slam magazine where he's holding the basketball.
So if you don't have that in the background, then it's no longer that version of it.
Exactly.
There's ones that have vinyl records now, and like there's a Linkin Park, there's a
Iron Maiden, Ghost.
Iron Maiden, just saw it today. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
So yeah, needless to say.
All right. All I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this as a friend, Eddie, I was lurking in one of your streams, and people were like, "Oh, did you buy this? You buy this?" And you're like, "No, I'm kind of cutting back on buying games. I want to play what I have first." And then you're like, "But I just got 6 new Funkos." I'm like, "You're spending the same amount of money, Eddie."
Right? Actually, yes and no, because I was talking to another friend about it too. Like he was like telling me, he's like, "Didn't you just say that?" And I was like, "Yeah." But my what's the word I'm looking for here? My justification in it. My justification in it is that like instead of buying like 1, 2, 3, like for example, Elden Ring, Horizon Dawn, which is like $60 each, $70 depending on which platform you get it. That's $140 on 2 games that I probably won't touch. I can buy 4 or 5 of these, and it's just 1 game.
Oh, fuck you. I just found out there's a variant of the Tyrant by downloading this app. I gotta get out now.
But Eddie, even if you were to buy a video game and it just sits there for weeks, months, a year,
these have value.
It's the fuck you. It is piece of this is Beanie Babies. This is Beanie Babies 2.0 is what this is.
I have a couple of Funkos on there that are probably worth around $60-$70. So that's what I'm saying. These have value.
All, the games, if you find a buyer, it's only worth that if someone actually pays it.
Hey, Eddie, do what makes you happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Within reason. Don't like start skipping.
Don't put your savings in that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I just bought Jill Valentine for $90 right now. So anyhow,
Scotty, take us somewhere. Take us away. Take us away from this garbage conversation.
No, but before So before we move on from this garbage conversation, there you go. I know if anybody has any like random Funko Pops just laying around in their home that they don't want to get rid of, hit me up. I'm going to
put every one of them in my ass and then send them to you. So...
I'll take them.
You got Funko poop. You need to go talk to a doctor after that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I do with my life. Eddie has an addiction.
You see, he watches Jackass. He sees Chris Pontius put a little car up there.
Put a Funko Pop in his ass. I'd buy a Chris Pontius. I would buy a Chris Pontius Funko of Chris Pontius putting a Funko Pop in his ass.
Wait a minute, Eddie. How about you return that Jill Pop? I'll send you mine and trade it for your Jill statue you just got.
Oh, that's a see now.
This is
now,
off
see,
camera.
Now we're talking.
Talk about this off podcast.
Now we're talking.
Scott, you watched something that. Go ahead.
I'll say this much. So, my friend who I used to live with, she started the Funko rides in direct collection that I have now because she got me. I don't know why, but she got me a Batmobile. I'm not really into Batman, but she got me that. But then she got me the Party Wagon and also Ecto One. And then I was like, let's all kill time in the apartment. Well, let's hop on the Pop website and just type in whatever. And then I see like there's 2 variants of the Ecto thing because there's one that's slime covered. There's the regular one. I'm just like, no, I can't do this. Yeah. Because for a split second, I was like, oh, this was when there were single digits of the ride variants. Like there were only like it was basically the Mystery Machine, Party Wagon, Ecto One, and the Batmobile, and like something else, Knight Rider.
And now there's so many different things, man. I'm telling you, like the vehicle variants. There's the what do they call the building variants? The building variants are the ones that have like the scenarios of something going on from a movie. Like, so I have 2 of those.
I think it's like scene or like movie scene or something
like that. Because I have the one with the Ghostbusters one where they're trying to catch your Slimer. And then I have the one where Batman is basically fighting the Joker, Jack Nicholson, up in the building. And sensor cleaning. We lost Chris.
Left. Chris said, "Fuck."
The thing is, like I don't know. I give people the benefit of the doubt to a fault, and the thing is that this is cheaper than most of the statues that like. I don't know if Chris is really into statues, but I know Corey has mechs and other statues of games like. These are cheaper than
I've got a Kirby on the way.
First 4 figures things and things like that. So it's almost like the layman's NECA collection or something, you know. But
someone busted in Eddie's room. This is a perfect segue. Get away from it.
And I heard a thud, and Eddie muted himself. So I'm assuming he's screaming at his cat that just knocked over another pot or something.
No. It was my roommate letting the dogs out, and he's telling me the dinner's ready in 40 minutes.
That's what happens if the cat destroys one of the high expensive Funkos. Then we'll see what kind of person Eddie is.
I'd still she has this. What did she destroy last time that was high expensive? And I was like, oh well, fuck, it is what it is. It's my fault for leaving it out. It's how I took it. So it's just like I'm not too worried about it. But I mean, yeah, I will say. That the 2 that she has ruined were wrestling ones, which is odd that they were both wrestling ones now. Yeah.
Maybe she's trying to tell you something.
Maybe
she knew about Ric Flair before you did. So
I'm missing something. What is this thing about Ric Flair that people keep on bringing up?
He's a piece of shit.
It's the airplane ride from hell. Look it up.
Okay.
I didn't know he was a piece of shit. All I know is he screams woo.
Woo!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Scotty. I want to know something that you watched. I want to know about
I don't really fittingly enough, this was the first, no joke, no exaggeration, this is the first weekend I did not have to do overtime this year. So it was really nice. So I slept in Saturday and Sunday and did not do much else because we were out and about a little bit. We saw Studio 666, which is the Foo Fighters horror comedy movie. It was okay.
I don't
if you're a fan
much
of Foo Fighters. Yeah, it was. We went with a friend of Rachel's who's a huge Foo Fighters fan, and she loved it. But she admittedly said like it's so dumb and campy, and that's why she loves it. And Rachel and I, Rachel's the horror buff. You know, I'm just kind of there, but she was like. It was Blumhouse, so we thought like, oh god, this is gonna be everything everywhere. Like Blumhouse doesn't hold back. They're one of the more gorier studios, companies, whatever.
They're very shilly with shit too.
Yeah. So it was fine. I mean, it was funny. Like it's Dave Grohl being a goofball. Like knowing his history with Tenacious D, him and Jack Black seem like brothers from another mother with a lot of how they act on when they know they're on screen. It was okay though. It was fun. It was. I was honestly surprised it got a nationwide release.
I have to ask: does it look like the members of the Foo Fighters are having fun during the movie?
Yeah, it does. Some of them, you know, just because you're in a rock band doesn't mean you're an actor. Even though you are performing for your life, for a living. But they're pretty funny. I don't know that... I'm not going to say I'm a Foo Fighters fan, but I like the stuff I've heard by them. I've always liked Foo Fighters.
I'm a fan of them. I've seen them live a couple times, so I like them. So I'll probably check it out.
There is some funny stuff that we've already like repeated outside of the movie, but there was also some stuff that I did not understand the punches and jabs towards other musicians and things. Yeah, I think you'll dig it, Corey, but don't get your hopes up. Don't because it's not, you know.
Is it only in theaters?
As far as I know, right now, anyway.
I doubt that a movie called Studio 666 is going to come to this podunk town I live in. So.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I guess
we'll
to
see.
give you an idea, like opening weekend, it only had 2 showings on a Saturday in a 10-screen theater near us.
Oof.
So,
I don't. I
and
doubt.
they were weird showings too.
Yeah, I doubt that they're going to be like, this is going to be the next. But it just seems like they were just wanting to have fun, and I can respect that. It goes back to the Rudy Ray Moore conversation that we had and all that stuff. It's just their own guys doing their own thing. Just like band wanted to make a movie, so sure, let's try it. So
it's weird to say. I would say though. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were finishing.
I was gonna say that. I mean, even the trailer, you're just like, this looks either real bad or bad enough to where it's gonna be slightly enjoyable.
I think like if this was made like just 10 years ago, the budget wouldn't have been there and it would have just been a bad movie. But like they clearly have, they're one of the they're a bigger band, so they have money to do. And I would say what's funny is honestly a precursor. Watch the Hot Ones episode with Dave Grohl, because that actually put some things into perspective with this movie. So it was kind of funny.
I saw his like he does like a promo for it, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Dave Grohl, and I have done The Late Show with David Letterman, and I have done Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and now I'm on Hot Ones." And he goes like a face like he doesn't want to be there, like.
Oh, okay. He's
just
the
like
opposite of the mood that's conveyed with that statement. But all right, you should just watch that episode though.
But he's also like, so I think he's a food because he's huge into like barbecuing and stuff like that. Like Backbeat Barbecue is like his barbecuing group that he has, and like he'll just go to a store and be like, "Oh, I need to go get this," and he's like, "Oh, I bought $500 worth of meat. I guess we're having a barbecue." So, but his stuff is good, and like I think it's like out in, I don't know where he resides in California, but like they always do events for like feeding people and all that shit out there. So that's really cool. Gotcha. So it's just another situation where it seems like a group of people, or in this case, a band, are doing what they want to, how they want to, regardless if anybody likes it. So
yeah, it was weird that it happened because I don't even know when their new album is out, or if they even realistically have a new album coming out. But yeah.
All I know is they wrote an album while they were on tour one time, and I was just like, calm down, guys. Jesus. Like
oh, that's not that uncommon, really.
But it was just like, but that was also the tour where Dave Grohl broke his leg, and I was just like, damn, you guys are getting, like, you're getting old. Calm down, please. Just calm down. I just need you to chill.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that uncommon for bands to record. Matt Skiba, when he was touring as part of Blink for the first time, was literally recording the next Alkaline Trio album like on the tour bus in between cities and stuff.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
So they just love what they do and keep on doing it.
I'm gonna check it out then. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know if I'd say go to the theater. You could wait to see it on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the second time I hear about this movie this week, so it has to have some kind of interesting traction, or attraction, whichever way you want to call it, and stuff like that. But yeah, I had no idea. Somebody had mentioned it to me while I was streaming, and I was like, "Oh, is that like they're on tour?" And they're like, "No, it's their movie." And I was just like, "Oh, there's the movie. Fuck, okay, cool."
Mm-hmm.
But that's my 2 cents on the matter.
It's fun. It was a fun ride.
Cool. I'll definitely check it out then.
Are there any Foo Fighter Funko Pops?
I don't
probably.
No.
Damn it. Oh Lord.
Funko Fighters.
There you go.
Okay.
Get in the spirit, Scotty.
You did your best.
You did your best, and we're here. So.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to talk about collections, my plushies are getting a little out of control here.
They are, but I also want to hear about the worst retro shop story that you have.
Well, I put that in there because I wasn't sure if I'd have much to talk about, really, and I kind of already did. But I mean, this is honestly an old story, but so I threw it in here in case my opener wasn't that big. So, do you guys remember how I went and walked? Rachel and I walked around to see a bunch of nutcrackers.
Yeah.
Yes. I do remember that.
There was a store across the street, and I don't remember the name of it, but we saw it was open, and it was not. It was called like Tapes and Shit. I don't know, but
Tapes and Shit.
Tapes and Shit.
Where in Pennsylvania?
Podcast title.
Yep.
Actually, we weren't even in Pennsylvania at that point. We were technically in Ohio, I think.
Oh man.
Or maybe West Virginia. Either way, we were in this small city, small town, and we walk in, and I think we like glanced to the side and saw like an old sun damaged Master Chief and Crash Bandicoot or something in the window, and she's like, "It looks like it's a retro shop." I was like, "All right, whatever, let's go in." Never have I seen such a thick layer of dust on something trying to be sold than if I had. And I just recently cleaned my mother's garage, and to the point that we used 2 fucking dumpsters, all right, of getting rid of things. You know, I've got like a basement full of toys now that are in decent condition, but like we walk in and we start looking, and as soon as I bend down, because I saw a box of Sega CD games, I'm like, oh, what do we got here? But it was then when I got to the level, like eye level with this box on the floor, and it was just like, if I like blow aside this dust, I'm gonna find One-Eyed Willie's treasure map or something fucking ridiculous. But like, and the game that I saw was the Hook and Three Ninjas bundle pack on Sega CD, which is a pricey game, but I've kind of wanted to play because I do like those movies. And movie tie-in games are sometimes a pretty interesting thing. And I knew that it goes for like a couple $100. And so I asked the guy who, never mind, I didn't even preface it with this. So we walk into this place, and it's probably like smaller than my living room. And there's just like literally wall with stuff, aisles in the middle, wall with stuff. So there's barely elbow room. And the register for where I assume he takes, where he does the deals, is behind just a box of like Guitar Hero and Rock Band boxes. And there's boxes. So it clearly was like this guy just last month emptied out a storage unit and put it into this store, is what it looked like. It was the most unorganized, like I was waiting for a raccoon to fall out of the wall or something. But I look at him like, hey, what's this one going for? Because there were no prices on anything. And he's like, which one? What's that? Hook and Ninjas or something? Yeah, let me look it up. And I'm like, it took long enough that I wasn't sure if he forgot what he was doing or not. And he's like, about 120. I'm like, okay, you just researched this on eBay.
Yep.
Rachel, we're out of here.
Get out of here. But it's definitely not like that guy that you took us to that wouldn't shut the fuck up and try and
No. This guy barely looked like he wanted to be there. And I think the only reason he was open was because this Nutcracker tour was going on to bring in people into this small town, which the small town was fine. The Nutcracker thing I mentioned before, that was a lot of fun, the little tour. Just good to get out and things, do stuff. But it was funny because I was just like, I've been to some shitty places. I've, walked around flea markets and garage sales, but like Rachel was like physically upset about how shitty this place was and like how unorganized and dirty. And she's like, we got to leave a review. We got to do something. I'm like, I guess. And
we got to burn it down.
But she was like mad that a place like that could even be a business and actually sell stuff to people and feel okay with themselves. Because I'm talking like there were Atari, there was a box of Game Gear games that I was kind of sifting through, but after he quoted me a price for a Sega CD game that he has no idea and should have no right to even know what he's selling by the looks of things, we were sitting in the car. She's like, I can't leave a review though, because he's going to know it's us because no one else is in there right now.
Fucking suck my dick!
You'll never go back there.
Yeah.
No, we'll never go back, but I could leave it. The only problem with leaving reviews is that you have to like log in, so we got to create like a burner Gmail account or some such.
No, you don't.
For what? No, yeah.
Give it to Chris. He'll do it.
Chest.
Give it to Chris.
Give it to me. I don't give a shit. Give it to me.
Let me find. I'm gonna try to find the Rachel. If you're watching, you can tell us in the chat what the name of the store is. I don't remember.
Poor guy's probably like, I'm just trying to make money to survive and keep going. Fuck this place.
Fuck him. Get out of the business.
Dirtiest store I'd ever been to, though. Like I couldn't. Oh, she just texted me. It's called Just Play.
Okay.
Just Play.
Just Play
Why does
Ohio.
that sound so familiar?
Steubenville, Ohio.
It's probably a name that they didn't get. Like it's like the liquor store I go to at the neighboring town. They use Tasmanian Devil like from Looney Tunes, and I'm pretty sure they can't use that as their logo. But they also live in the middle of fucking Arkansas, so who cares? So
Rachel also just texted me saying it looked like a hoarder's playground.
Ew, no, no, I'm good.
Gross.
Yeah, so that is a good.
Now, if you would have went in there and he would have been like, "Oh, that game's like $20," then you're like, "Field day, here we go, we're buying shit." Like,
yeah. But no, it was so. I mean, you can clean stuff, so I would like if it was a deal, I could have gotten beyond that. But no, it was also his. That was the only thing he said to us too. He didn't say hi or bye. So
yeah, one of them's. So I feel you on that one.
There are 4 reviews with an average of a 4.0.
Chris
I found the 1-star
demolish
review. So it looks like there's only 2 actual written reviews.
Okay.
The first guy says, "Good variety of music, movies, video games. Found a game I haven't played in decades. Prices are reasonable and helpful workers." That's from a year ago, and that is wrong. Another one also from a year ago, 1 star. "They are never open, even like ever."
Okay.
So
Jesus. Sorry, I've got to text my wife. Not about this video game place. So she's asking me about
Is that
light
what we're
bulbs,
doing?
so.
We're all just texting our wife?
No, I gotta help her. She's buying light bulbs. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Whose wife can I go text?
Jesus.
Welcome back to Text My Wife.
There you go.
Fuck that. Text my wife.
The new show on ABC.
That's the podcast title.
Text my wife.
All right, there's a lot of things that
Please.
iTunes won't let us put in the title, so we got to remember that. So
Take
I am
my wife,
curious.
please. Text her.
So I'm curious. What? I'm curious about. I'm segueing. Is there anything else you would like to discuss about that, Scotty?
No, it's just else? Like it's. I could throw all my shit in a trunk and like find a Subway that's open and sell stuff in their fucking lobby, and it would have been cleaner than this dude.
And look, man, the Subway I worked at was clean because I cleaned it. So shut up.
Yeah.
But
well,
all right.
No, it's just that was the story. So there you go, everybody. Feel free to review bomb him, whatever. I don't know if that guy has internet access other than eBay.
I don't know if he has internet.
Yeah.
So,
does he know what the web is?
Only the ones in his video game cases.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious, Chris, because you were supposed to be on the podcast last week, but you got sick, no problem. But you had wrote something down in the docket that intrigued me. All it said was the Backrooms. And
okay, so
hold on, let me finish. Because what I love is sometimes you put things on the docket with no explanation whatsoever. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Now you've added a couple links and I'm getting some weird vibes from this, so go.
Okay, so a few months ago, I had introduced you guys to like YouTube ARG. They're like the new wave of B-list horror, right?
Yes.
So I showed you guys what was it? There is the Monsters and Monuments where the United States pretty much captured all these demons and put them into monuments, and now they have to feed people. Yeah, it's like stupid shit like that.
It's like Attack on Titan, kind of.
Sorta. There's the alternates, which I wish I had like the original names for these things because I'm trying to draw from my TBI-ridden brain and all the things that are important. But that's not what this is. I thought that I had talked about this in the past because this was actually the first one that I found. However, a lot of it was lost in the creepypasta side of bullshit. So for those of you who are not in the know, a lot of this new wave ARG horror stems from SCP, which is kind of like the original creepypasta lore, where they would take creatures and they would have like this imaginary fucking organization where there'd be these like demons or entities or ghosts and shit like that. And the story is that you would throw them into a cell. You would have like your red shirt go and observe them, write notes down, and then they just die horrific deaths. And it's all the details. It's
I like
just
the Star Trek reference.
A series of like unfortunate events for these terrible people. They made a game loosely based off of it called Lobotomy Corporation. I did a YouTube short and a TikTok on it. It's a fairly decent game. It's a resource management. That's not what's important. What's important right now is the Backrooms. The concept of the Backrooms is best way I could put it, Scotty, you follow a page called Liminal Spaces.
Yeah.
Where
That
it's
Twitter
essentially people take pictures of like these static images of locations that you probably have seen before somewhere, but you can't pinpoint. Yeah, very open spaces, but it's just like you've seen this place before. And it's universal because everyone has seen these spaces before, right?
This stuff freaks me the fuck out, by the way. Like, I'm freaked out a little bit right now already being on this YouTube channel.
The Backrooms is essentially the idea is the world is connected to an alternate dimension where you can accidentally clip from your world that you're in now into one of many different levels in the Backrooms. They just call them the Backrooms. So stage 1 is always the same. It's like this I see it as orange. Everyone else is going to correct me what the actual fucking color
yellow,
is.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's like this orange and yellow series of halls and rooms and shit like that.
I can't play the video because I'm gonna get scared. So
it's got like this brown carpet, and it's just you're walking around trying to find your way out, right? And there's a series of doors, and you go to open the door, and you're hoping it's a way out. But there's a potential of you opening a door and either finding an entity that's there that's going to try to hunt you down and kill you, or you clip through another level, and it's just one stage below that. So the first stage is kind of like this pseudo hallway, this doctor's office hallway that you're stuck in, and then floor 2 is like you're in the basement of this parking garage, and you're just constantly going through the infinite hallways of this parking garage.
That's
trying to find a way out.
No. Before
Level
we go any further, the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called Kane Pixels. You go to youtube.com/c/Kane Pixels, and then the Backrooms is like a playlist that they have on there.
Right. So the thing that I want to make clear is that Kane Pixels is not the one who's created this. This is an idea that has existed before then. Kane Pixels is just the first person to take this to the next level, like high quality production.
And this isn't video game. This is like movie-esque. Like
this is low budget movie-esque type shit where it's like, because of the quality of like the movie technology that we have now, it looks better than what you would see in B-list movies, but you can obviously tell that this was done with a low budget. But I digress. It's really, really well done. The CGI for the creatures are well done. The After Effects, the fucking just the art design for fucking everything is just really, really well done. Go.
I have a question for the entire panel. Have you guys ever seen a YouTube series called Marble Hornets?
No.
Marble Hornets is along the same vein as this, but it is basically, I don't know the full story of it because my buddy Foxmac, he told me everything about it. Foxmac, my buddy, I am a fucking coward when it comes to anything scary. I love horror movies, but I get scared very, very easily. He, on the other hand, I very rarely have ever seen him legitimately scared. He was telling me about Marble Hornets and how he couldn't sleep for 3 days after watching the series because it fucked with him so much. Because what it is it's basically like, I guess I could just look it up because I'm not gonna watch I've never watched it. And I can't watch it because if it scared him, I'm fucked. So the logistics, Marble Hornets is an alternate Okay. Yeah, it's got 133 episodes. So it's kind of based on the Slender Man shit before Slender Man got big. where this guy is like taking footage of stuff and he's seeing this entity just in the background of every picture he's taking or every video he's taking. And he starts realizing it, and then it starts realizing that he's realizing that. And he starts like, from what I can understand is the entity starts in the pictures and the video. He starts seeing it coming closer and closer and closer to him in the video or pictures. And at one point it's in his dreams. And it's basically kind of what the Slender Man story has turned into. But this is what it really, it says one of the first audience reviews here, it's a first person point of view ARG series on YouTube. That's terrifying in that one sentence to me. Like, a first person view of ARG? No. I'm good. Fuck that shit. I can't even play Resident Evil without shitting my pantaloons. So
you can't play what the hell are we playing?
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
That was a great game. I was just saying it's a great game. That was a good session.
I never recorded it, but we were watching. I've talked about it before. Two best friends, before it was super best friends, used to do the shitstorm of scariness, and they were playing some really shitty horror game, and the monster shows up in like the distance, and it doesn't even have an animation. The JPEG just goes to the front of the screen, and I just go, nice. Ah! Like I yell for like a full minute, and they're like they look at me and they're like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "I'm scared." Like. I'm a pussy is what it is. But that what you're talking about reminds me a little bit about this. So
my favorite type of horror is like it's the stuff that's not in your face. It's really subtle. It's just like
you're just like, wait a minute, what happened? Yeah.
And it's each one. So like I first found out about it from TikTok, and it's just this thing called Backrooms Explains, and it goes through each of these different levels. Of like one of them is like a fucking play pen or a play place for kids, and it's like clown orientated, and there's like a ball pit and everything.
No.
But everything is just dead fucking empty, and you hear like the laughter of clowns in the background and shit like that.
I live in the country, dude. I'm gonna shit my pants the next time I walk outside.
Yeah, it's great. It's like another one is just like you're in the city, but every single street that you go down is the exact same fucking intersection. So you're trying to find.
You're just stuck in a load screen.
You're looking for a way out, and you're constantly like fucking with shit. And like you could fall in between two different back rooms, and it's a subdimension of a subdimension. Once you're there, you're fucked.
You just described Akron, Ohio.
Yeah. So it's great. So like the concept of what the Backrooms overarching story is supposed to be is like the government or these special organizations have acknowledged their existence, and now they're sending teams out to investigate. And eventually they set up outposts within these backrooms where they're kind of like safe zones where people can buy supplies and buy weapons and kind of like log where they're going.
Game.
Yeah, it 100% has the potential of being a video game. It's really, really fascinating and interesting. And like out of all the ARGs that I've seen over the last 6 to 9 months, this one has the best potential for that, because not necessarily that there's not like more stuff can be written, because all of them, all the ones that I'm actively watching have like new shit coming out for it all the time. But this is the one where it's like actually expansive, and you can like add like multiplayer-esque elements to it. It's very like player versus environment. So like just in general, I think the concept is really dope, and I think that y'all should watch these videos from Kane Pixels, because they're really fucking well done.
I'll watch them, and during the day at noon with my wife home in a lightly lit up room. I will shit my pants. And what the problem is, it will do what it did to my buddy Foxmac. I will literally lose sleep. Like I will freak the fuck out. And it's scary. But it also, there's a small part of me in the back of my brain that's just like, that's fucking cool. You should do that. And the rest of my brain's like, shut the fuck up, Jerry. Like, so
I mean, I think the interesting thing about it is that right now, Corey, you're a pretty calm and collected speaker. I rarely hear you stutter, and just you talking about this has you all over the place.
Yeah.
And I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So watch party is we should all watch
party.
it together.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is one of us is going to have our camera on and we're like, okay, we're going to have our cameras on. And then someone's going to be like, Corey, what's that behind you? And then there's just going to be a shit stain on my wall.
So what is that behind you though?
Just clean it up with your bidet. It's fine.
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
The worst thing also on Corey's plantation, where he is right now, he has to walk outside, I think, to then walk into the house. Isn't that right? Yeah.
I'm not doing this. You guys are the worst friends
It's
I've ever had in my
augers,
life.
dude. It's just the augers.
Y'all don't know is that Corey actually lives in one of the levels of the Backrooms because he's just out in the fucking
That would
country.
explain a lot, actually.
Just keep your eyes out for that auger swagger, and you'll be all right.
Look, dude, like I like the augers, but if I saw him, like if I went out back this door right here to go pee, and I just see in the distance like auger swagger, nah, like we're moving.
That's a thing now.
But
boy.
I could be like I've trained the last 2 weeks for this, so I know what to do.
Yeah, right. So long as I'm behind the security cameras, I'm golden.
Yeah, hearing you talk about it, Chris, it reminded me of somebody mentioned a movie when I was having my a lot of movie nights on my Discord, and somebody had suggested a horror movie called Censor. Have you heard of that one? It came out last year. Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. Like it's like a British psychological horror film for those that aren't aware of what it is and stuff like that.
Oh.
And the dude basically told me when he recommended it, he's like, I want to take back what I recommended. He's just like, I regret bringing this up. And I was like, why? It's just like, it's not a movie fit for your Discord. And I'm like, oh, okay.
What is that?
And and I've yet to actually see it, but that's what it's called. It's called Censor. It's
Is it censor like SENSOR?
Censor, like like you're trying to censor something, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. See it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That might be under the same company that did the movie I just saw called Outside the Box, which is really good. It's a short film. They do a bunch of short films. I think they are UK based, though. I'm not 100% sure.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is in this.
Really? Is this what he's been up to?
Apparently.
So I can't watch the movie because I watched the Red Letter Media thing on it already. So
what's
so there you
go. Which Red Letter Media thing is it? Because I've been graduating.
It's Half in the Bag.
Oh, okay.
They did. I think it was a COVID movie. Like they watched it during
Backstreet Boys.
Shut up! You've been watching Game Grumps.
No, you're the one that brought it up, and we are streaming on YouTube as well, so we can't say that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not you made the rules, not me. Also, we got a rate.
There you go. Chris's colors went inverted, and I kind of got scared. So
yeah, my bad.
But he wants to watch that censor so much he has to clean it or whatever the camera really was there.
I would be down for a watch party.
Let's do it right after the show.
No.
Why? Why?
I got class in the morning. So
shut the fuck up, you big old fucking.
You might actually, in response to those, that kind of stuff is cool. So just to be clear, though, it's like a found footage group of people that do this shit, or what do you like? Is it a studio or is it just a series or what?
So I have a feeling that this is like not necessarily a one-man project, but this is the guy who's like the producer or the director of the entire thing, and he's got people that he's paying to or that are very, very dedicated to the cause. Maybe it's like a college project. I don't know. Kane Pixels originally started as like he did like on the ground footage for Attack on Titan style videos, and it felt very Cloverfield, and he did everything through like Blender and shit like that. So you'll see like scenes of these Titans running into the walls, but everything looks real. It's not like anime or shit like that. And like you'll see videos of like these birds that are flying, like the giant fucking birds that are flying through, but it looks like it's being filmed through like a camcorder. So it's like very much like that. Yeah, it's a very surreal style of film. That's the best way that I can put it.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like a little bit like Super 8 stuff, a little bit from what I'm thinking. I don't know if anybody else knows what Super 8 is.
I know what it is, but I've never watched it.
Well, it's that's the movie, but the Super 8 is like shooting on Super 8 is a very like that kind of like on the ground like camera, like not so much shaky cam. But it is very like it's like the audience is looking through a lens that a member of the movie is also looking through. So
I think Super 8 was a third alien-related film Spielberg was involved in.
I
Something
think
crazy
so.
like that.
I think. Shut up, Chris. No, we're not. You guys can. I'm not doing it. I'm not showing up tonight. So I mean,
Don't be
my
a
skin-
wuss.
I will be.
You might actually, well, in response to that, Chris, in that sort of mood, you might like the short film Outside the Box. It's like 10 minutes long or something. I would try to find the link for it right now, but my internet will bork, and I will
Chris
turn
is
into
already
a robot.
beating you to it. So
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's a little indie film, but yeah, I liked it. You'll either like it or hate it. You'll either think it's too cheesy to be scary, or or it's like just enough to kind of mess with you. So I liked it though.
I mean, like, I don't know what it is, but just like within the last, again, 6 to 9 months, I have been consuming so much like indie style horror, whether it's
Good.
from YouTube or video games, because I've been really high on like a lot of these like these low budget horror based video games. They're really fucking good. Really fucking
the problem
good.
is Chris has access to some money, so he might be like, "Hey guys, I got this idea."
So are we
always
starting our
interested
own
in shit like
version
that.
of Jackass?
Jesus Christ.
Scrub-ass?
no.
That's a different part of the internet.
That's a really good name, though.
That is though. Scrub ass. That's a Pornhub name. Like
Yeah.
Scrub ass.
Speaking of
It's not
Pornhub,
or Asperger's, whatever.
did you guys hear that apparently Pornhub has banned Russia from
Yeah.
accessing the website?
Okay, we'll talk about this. Yeah, it's great.
That's
It's fucking great.
I might start a different war.
Well,
That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, that's just like, man, all that other stuff that's going on, and that happens. People are gonna be like, "This is bullshit. I can't come anymore." Like,
Yeah, that's going to be what the internet flocks to. Yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from, Chris, with your attraction to these things that are on a shoestring budget. It's kind of like how if I learn about a band and I go to see them, and it's like, oh, it's a trio, so it's a bassist, guitarist, and drummer. So that means everyone has to fucking be on their game. Like it's that tight of a group. Like like stuff that relies on everybody like that, and they're doing better than those that have access to more materials. So I
don't want it to be
what I'm saying is like that's the most creative. That's where the most creative shit will come from, is what you're getting into. So that's cool.
I don't want what I'm saying to be construed or misinterpreted. Misconstrued. I like the horror stuff. I am just a baby. Like I'm scared.
I couldn't
love
believe
all of it.
When we played Phasmophobia, like the couple of years Corey and I have known each other, we're always talking about horror movies and we recommend these things to each other. And then the second we play a game that's so fucking busted, it's not scary, it's laughable. He's hiding in the truck the whole time. Like, I'll tell you guys where to go, but I don't want to go in there because I saw the ghost and I pooped my pants.
Look, all I got to say is if you played Dive Kick, fraud detected is what happened when that happened with me. So I'm sorry. It's just how I am. But fuck you.
Speaking of apologizing, tell us about your week.
I mean, yeah, I was streaming a little bit on the ScrubVerse channel, so I was playing a little bit of Majora's Mask. I was throwing in some Raid Shadow Legends because we've have a sponsorship with them and all that stuff. So, but the main thing that I really want to talk about is I did a surprise dinner reservation on Friday night for Hallie and I because we had basically not been hanging out because we just been busy. But so there's a place here. I won't say the name of it because I potentially might be doing an internship there. So
what does it rhyme with?
Nothing.
I'm kidding.
Rick Donalds.
But it's a restaurant in a nice location. So it does have a scenic view. So that is kind of what you're paying for when you go there. Granted, we went at night, so there was no fucking scenic view. But we go. I do reservations at 7:00. We end up going and we pull up and we're like, oh, it looks nice. We go in and we're like, yeah, we have a reservation for 2 at 7. And she's like, cool, I'll take you to your table. And we're walking to the table and I walk into one room that basically looks like a cafeteria. Like I walk in and it's just like when you go to a fancy quote unquote restaurant, you kind of feel like it's going to be like lit kind of moodily. And then like maybe tables are kind of separated from each other. There might be like certain little areas that you want to be off by yourself and stuff like that. No, fluorescent lighting all the way through. and we were within less than 2 feet away from our next table. And I was just like, this is weird. Open kitchen, which threw me off right away. So when you walk in, the bar is on your left. Right behind the bar was the expo and the kitchen. And I was just like, that's fucking weird setup to me. Like having
that sounds
a
like
kitchen.
a Red Robin.
It felt very much like a Red Robin. And I'm just like, okay, I can.
Is that a problem though?
Well, not initially. Not initially. But when you sit down and you look at the menu, and down here, if a price for a steak dinner is $40, I expect it to be a little bit. This is supposed to be a high-class restaurant. It's probably the most high-class restaurant that is within this area. And so I was like, okay, I can get it. But everything looked clean. It had been recently remodeled. So, like, things looked
better.
New. Go ahead, Scotty.
I was just going to say, fucking better under fluorescent lights. Like, that's the one light you don't want your food under because it makes it look discolored no matter what it is.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I don't want to judge a book by its cover with a restaurant. A restaurant can speak with its food. So we sit down and we order. We're looking at the menu, and there's another weird thing that with my food truck that I want to do is I have a very like specific menu that will be like core items. I don't like huge menus at a restaurant where it's like we have 50 different items you can choose from. Because the first thing I do is that must be hell on the kitchen. Like that's the first thing that pops into my head. Because I worked at an Applebee's, which Applebee's menu back then, I've seen their menu now, and it's much more condensed. Back then, it was like, we have 7 dishes from, 14 different categories. And I'm like, why the fuck do we have this? It's like, if you're good at something, specialize in those areas. But I'm tangenting. We sit down and we order, we look at the appetizers and we settle on the fried mushrooms. We get the fried mushrooms. They come, nothing fancy. It's just like if you bought some white mushrooms, fresh ones from Walmart, battered them in a tempura batter, and then put them in a bowl. And they tasted fine. Nothing too crazy about them. But then, and maybe stop me at any time if I'm just like, Corey, you're a dumbass. Shut up. But I guess
I'm laughing
put it in
like,
the docket. It says rant. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I'm laughing because like when you said that, it's like, oh, I hate menus that have like so many items in there, like 50. I'm like, well, it sounds like you just went to Red Robin, dude. Like, it sounds like you got something against Red Robin.
Hold on. I've been to, like, the Red Robins around here do not look like the way that you just described. Like, what are you talking about? A massive cafeteria.
So Red Robin, So with Red Robin, it has better seating than this place did. So when I'm talking about cafeteria, you walk into a gymnasium side. It looks like a mess hall.
For the Marine.
Yes. You walk in, everything's in one room. It's all in one room. All the tables are like a smidgen away from each other. And for a high-class restaurant, that's not how it should be. Chris, indulge me. But Hallie gets her salad. She doesn't eat salads, but it came with her meal. So she gives it to me. And you ever get a salad that has the mid-white parts of a lettuce? And you're just like, oh, this is just completely bitter and shitty. That's basically what that. Go ahead.
I actually like this part. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you gotta.
Let's let him finish.
Yeah, go. Do you
talk shit on me after I've given you the full spiel? Okay.
No.
Right.
So salad was okay. I get a Capri salad. Capri salads are, for people that don't know, it's mozzarella, tomato, balsamic vinegar, basil with a little bit of oil on top. They put it on a bed of spinach. It wasn't bad. It was okay. But then Hallie gets her food. She orders pretty basic shrimp linguine. Like shrimp Alfredo linguine. She takes a bite of it. She goes, this has no flavor, like whatsoever. Like zero flavor for an $18 bowl of spaghetti with shrimp on it. And also, there's no bread that they give with it. You get no bread. With an Italian dish, that's unheard of. You get bread. So that was, I was just like,
that's Olive Garden.
Sorry. Yeah, when you're here, you're here.
Dude, every restaurant I've ever worked in, I
actually meant to have my mic muted. I didn't realize I was.
But I order the loaded chicken, And I will say that the chicken itself was perfectly fried, even with all the stuff on top of it, the sauce and everything on it, perfectly crunched. Like all that stuff was great. But there was no flavor on top of that. Like it was just basically fried chicken with some bell peppers on top, with no flavor.
Fucking treasonous.
Nothing. Baked potato was like, it was fine. But I mean, it came out to like, we got the cheaper things on the menu just because I didn't feel like I didn't want a steak that night. Like they had crab legs special, and I was like, I don't want crab legs and all that stuff. But it was just
Sorry,
it was it was just a shit meal. I had very high expectations because I had heard so many people say, this restaurant's great. It's very, very good. And I went there and I was not impressed whatsoever. But then, like,
and you're interning there.
And I'm interning there. So I gotta do 120 hours somewhere.
Change it. He wants a challenge. So
well, that's the thing too. I can't walk in there and be like, I'm a certified chef. You need to change this. I would get laughed out of the kitchen. You can't do that. The kitchen is very much a brigade hierarchy where you might be a chef, but you're coming in at the bottom where everybody else has come in. And if you come in there doing that, the owners will be like, get the fuck out. So if I am going to try and change anything, I'm going to have to do it incredibly subtly. And I don't know how I can do that because you guys know me. I'm not subtle. So, but my question to you is, have you ever gone to a restaurant where you're like, oh man, it's either been hyped up, or you're just like, this place looks great. You go in, you see, you can kind of base off of the menu. You're like, okay, this is kind of a higher caliber kind of place. You order the food and you're just like, this is fucking terrible. And you're disappointed in it.
You just like described every single Japanese joint in my area. Like I don't know. Like no, I'm serious. I don't know how else to tell you. Like the food, even the food that I got, every single Asian joint that's around here, right before you get into DC, is borderline terrible. That's just the best way that I could put it. It's not good. I forget the joint that there's a place called Sake right around the corner from us. Right. It's supposed to be this Japanese Thai fusion joint.
They have here.
Yeah. Have you ever had miso soup that tastes like water? It doesn't taste good. It's murky water. That's all it fucking is. Any fucking sushi joint that serves more fried sushi than not, you just don't know how to make sushi. Like it's bad. Like you get passed for like one fried sushi dish, in my opinion. Because if you can't make regular ass sushi taste good, it's raw fucking fish. It's not that fucking hard.
That was my thing with the Alfredo with the shrimp. I'm like, how do you fuck that up? That's not hard. It's noodles, a cream sauce, and the shrimp weren't even sautéed. You could tell they were just boiled.
And you're gonna intern there.
I mean, I got to intern. So I might just be like, fuck it, I'm interning in Little Rock. That's an hour and a half away.
Literally anywhere else. You could intern at a McDonald's.
I could. I could intern at a Subway and then own it.
I'm still trying to figure out what kind of restaurant you went to, because when you said fancy restaurant,
it's supposed to be a steakhouse, a high caliber steakhouse.
Okay, yeah. See, and that's when you said fancy restaurant, I thought the same thing. It's like steakhouse, like blah blah blah. But then you're saying, I guess there was like a bowl of SpaghettiOs, and
they had everything. SpaghettiOs. Like, I would have rather eaten a bowl of SpaghettiOs.
So it completely threw me off, man. Like, yeah, I was just like, wait a second. I'm like, this doesn't sound fancy at all.
I've had better meals at Outback Steakhouse.
I mean, Somber says, why don't you just intern at Applebee's?
Yeah, I don't live near one anymore, and fuck you. So... but it's just, oh man, it's.
But then I want to point out.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I need to stop talking.
Yeah, well, the chat had a couple good jokes here. Leftover Ginger said, "It sounds like you just went to a hospital food court," and then Sailor Corellia piggybacked on that and said, well, on the plus side, if you get sick, you're already in the hospital.
Oh, that was another thing. This is supposed to be a kind of higher scaled up place. I just thought of it. So just indulge me again. But all of the servers look like they worked at like Colton's or like, Tex.
I don't, yeah.
So hear me out. Where do you live?
I live.
What is your address?
No. Just go with me.
I live in northeastern Arkansas.
You live in northeastern Arkansas. What do you think is like the monetary demographic of the area that you're in?
There are a lot of people around here that do have money. They are Southern money people. So
okay.
So there is a market for high,
the working
expensive
class
food. This isn't a working class kind of place, though. This is not a place where every I lived here for 3 years and I'm just now going to it.
Okay.
Because I've always heard it's. I mean, granted, I will pay $40 for a good steak meal, but I can't gamble on that and not know that it's going to be good. I can't gamble like that. And luckily, I didn't gamble because Hallie's cousin said, "Don't order the steak because they're garbage." I'm like, "How are the steaks garbage at a steakhouse? How do you fuck that up?"
Look, the only way that I was going with it is just what may be considered high class for them is shit tier for you or mid to you.
Welcome to my life.
And I mean, any high class place that's selling pasta for $18, and I'm not trying to be
that was a half order, by the way.
Okay, whatever. If I'm going to a quote unquote high class area, I'm expecting to pay $50 at minimum, $50 a plate. But that's because I live in DC. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that shit is out here. If I'm going somewhere and it's $18 a plate, I'm assuming I'm going to a really nice diner. That's
right.
That's the best way that I can put it. So I don't know. You got bamboozled, and you're gonna intern there.
It's not set in stone yet. So
yeah, my condolences.
I don't know. It's just I think what happened was, and I always preach about not putting people or things on a pedestal, and I think I subconsciously put this place up on a pedestal a little bit because I'm like, and then finally one day I was like, well, if I'm going to intern here, I need to see what the food's like. And I think I just got, but then the next night we went to a restaurant in Memphis, one of our favorite restaurants called the Flying Saucer, spent the same amount of money, and it was one of the best meals we've had. But
so intern there.
But bringing it up to Chris's point, Memphis is a different area than where I live at. So I see what it is.
It's like you're just stuck having white bread food. If you hang out with a bunch of vanilla ass white people, they're gonna like vanilla ass white people food. I don't know.
Fucking white people.
it's like the same thing with Scotty's burrito that he got the other day. It was like, look at this giant burrito. And I'm just like, that looks like a gringo folded that shit.
I was gonna bring that up because Rachel really loves Mexican food, but this place is so far. It's just Tex-Mex. It's Americanized. So it's like. Because when I did, it was a, I think it was called a California burrito. But anyway, the reason I got it was
those are delicious. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Well, hold on. Was it a California burrito? Though? Did it have French fries in it?
No, it had
a California burrito.
It had, which is funny you say that because Pittsburgh has a restaurant that's known for putting fucking French fries on their burgers. Anyway, neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is this burrito that was the size of my forearm, I ate half of it, and I forgot that I ate it after we had our meal because it didn't feel like I was eating a Mexican burrito at all. Yeah, no. But but
I guess
I've lost my train of thought now.
At the end of the day is you live and learn. I guess sometimes when you gamble, you don't always win.
Yeah, and sometimes you live an intern, and I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. When I was, when I, believe it or not, I used to complain a lot more than I do now. But in college, I would piss and moan about the radio all the time until a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, they're taking spots at the radio station. You're shitting on the radio all the time. Why don't you get on there, have your own show, and make the radio what you want it to be?" And so I did, and it was a really fun 2 years of my college life. So, what I'm saying is go change the shit if you need to.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe I will intern and maybe I'll be subtle and be like, hey, maybe we add this in here. Or
maybe I'll intern. Maybe they'll burn. I don't know.
Maybe if we'll put salt and pepper in it, it'll taste okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's really the main thing. Because Hallie goes, I brought it up yesterday, and she goes, he hasn't shut up about this like for the last 2 days. So I was like, you agreed with me. She goes, but I let it go, and I was like, I can't let it go. All right, it's a field of study that I have high passion for and that I really love, and it hurts me when situations like that happen, and it hurts me to know that people are just eating shit food just for the fuck of it.
Well, hold on. That's a bold statement though, because to you it might be shit food, but to somebody else it might be the greatest thing ever.
And that's what I asked Hallie. That's what
trash taste is.
That's what I asked Hallie, because I mean, I did say she eats cornbread and milk, so we have a very different palate. So I asked her at dinner, I said, am I being too me, is what I said. And she goes, no. She goes, this has no flavor. She goes, I agree with you. This does not taste good. So if we didn't
know that you were studying culinary stuff, you would sound very pretentious right now.
By the way, audience members, I am studying culinary arts right now. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too passionate. I'm too good for this world.
I mean, it's the same as like when I was teaching drums, and when I was fresh out of college being in marching band and the drum line and shit, and I would go to shows and I'd be like, oh, that drummer has never had a traditional lesson in his life. Look how like he's not even using the right technique for blah blah blah. Why are people applauding this? So it's, sometimes you got to take a step back and let people live their shitty lives.
But it also, at the end of the day, I was like, maybe I'm not destined to be at a restaurant like this. I really feel like I'm destined to own my own stuff. To be my own boss.
You're more of a food truck kind of guy.
Don't put a negative connotation on it, you piece of shit.
Food trucks look good under any light.
Move us on before I kill y'all. Whoa! We gotta go on break, and then we're gonna be back with some news, okay?
Yeah, it might be more than just Corey here if he doesn't kill us all.
I gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back. Chris is just like, fuck it!
Fuck it!
You guys are idiots. You guys are idiots.
I hit right. Fuck this.
I hit down too.
I was like baller, Chris. That was baller. That's the most baller shit I've ever seen in my life. We need a clip of that. All right, we're back. Scotty's gone, but he's back. Scotty was like, I'm ready, and then immediately got up.
Hey, I'm ready audibly.
You are audibly ready. All right. So the first little bit of news we talked about it last week during our recording because the countdown was currently happening at that time. But right. we got the Capcom release. What the countdown was talking about. The announcements. That's what it is. Sorry. But Street Fighter 6 and the Capcom Fighting Collection have been announced. Capcom's much anticipated countdown timer revealed Street Fighter 6 and the Capcom Fighting Game Collection. A short teaser trailer for Street Fighter 6 featured a bearded, square-chested Ryu facing against a visibly older Luke, which that could mean that Street Fighter 6 takes place after Street Fighter 5 and Third Strike. That's really all that we had from the video. And then we saw the logo, and I initially said I was going to dunk really hard on the logo, but I think we need to discuss it more than just dunking on it. Because the video is only 39 seconds, like the reveal video. The video looks great. It looks like it's very hyper-realism. It looks like there is a 4K version of the trailer, so that's going to probably insinuate that Street Fighter 6 will be able to be played in 4K, which, cool. But that logo, Street Fighter...
Well, before we get to the logo, you can see Ryu's dong in the trailer. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. We got to rewatch this. I need to see dongage.
You need to see the dong?
I have to see the dong. If everybody else is seeing it, I want to see it. I want to be part of the cool kids. Where are we looking at? What time are we looking at Dong?
Faux mod.
Go back.
Whoa!
Go back.
No, I saw the crotch view. I saw an outline.
Yep, that's what it is.
Oh yeah. Capcom
Thanks,
HD 4K in all its glory, baby.
Eddie
People
is
ask
just
if video games could get any more real. Can they look any better? Here's a dick.
Eddie is cementing why he is a part of ScrubVerse because he is on dong duty. So
Damn
he's
right.
he's out here hog hunting. So, but no
Dong duty.
Twist that dick.
Twist that dick.
Give him the old dick twist.
Street Fighter 6 has been like we knew it was coming because even when
we're gonna see it coming.
in 4K. When Luke got announced for Street Fighter 5, I believe I can't remember exactly who said it, but they said that Luke will be playing a very important role in Street Fighter 6.
He's the main character.
So he's the main character. So we're like, okay, we're gonna be getting Street Fighter 6. The countdown threw me off though, because the countdown looked very Resident Evil. And it looked like Resident Evil 8. Like it really did.
No,
to me.
Maybe I didn't watch it.
I get what you're saying, but the problem is that when they were announcing and showing off the countdown, the Capcom CPT or the Street Fighter CPT was taking place that weekend, so I knew it was Street Fighter related. So
I didn't know that. I'm not as big into the FGC as you, so I didn't know that all that revolved around.
So when I saw those two things, I'm just like, oh, they're finally going to show off Street Fighter 6, which I was kind of surprised because I thought that they were going to continue to wait for Street Fighter 6 until EVO, because usually there's one really big announcement for EVO,
which is really soon too. Yeah, that's weird.
I wouldn't say it's soon. They're having a lineup announcement in March. I think it's on the 8th, but EVO is not until August this year. So
what was I thinking of? Okay.
I don't know. So unless they're like planning on releasing it in 2022, maybe 2023, it is. I don't know how far to go to it, but like the beauty of this is that Street Fighter 6 brought the entire FGC together in a very rare occasion so that everyone can dunk on the fucking logo, because it is goddamn awful.
I don't think it's a good logo. Like the Street Fighter 6 logo does not look good. It looks it's compared.
Should we describe it for people that haven't seen it and aren't looking at it?
Yeah, I mean, go to Adobe Photoshop and look up SF logo, and it literally looks like a hexagon. Is that the 6-sided one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a hexagon, and then it's got like you know those S's that you used to do in high school or middle school.
No, it's nothing
it's
like
not
that.
that bad.
Out of here.
It's kind of close.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Close. No, it's
not at all.
It's pretty fucking close.
No, it's not. The ones you drew in high school had 6 lines. This one has 2.
It's pretty good.
Just state. So I'm, and this sucks for audio listeners, but we're looking at currently a lot of the other Street Fighter logos from first to all the way up to 5, and they're iconic. Like most of them have either the red or the orange or the yellow, and it's the graffiti style artwork, like it was on the side of a wall. And then you have some kind of numeric Roman numeral, or you have a logo, New Generation or Third Strike, or World Warrior or anything underneath it. But this one, it looks so bad to the point that Maximilian dude is even tweeting at Capcom being like, look, the game looks great. I'm super excited for it. I'm ready for it. But for God's sakes, we got to do something about the logo. It's real. Like, is this going to be another Sonic situation? Like Sonic movie situation where the internet bullies a company? So
maybe.
The FGC doesn't have that much power.
The big thing is here, I personally don't give a shit, but I also am not like part of this community as much as others. But like the thing is like the logo's always been very stylized and very good. Like it's a fighting game, it's an action-oriented game, and you want to convey that in your logo. So the logo is literally like action-oriented in the way that it's always been sideways or crooked or something. And this looks like your SF email account has 6 messages in it. Like that's how it's very uninspired compared to how inspired it has been. So
you're not the first one to make that comparison, but it's so good.
Well, yeah. So
the issue is that I feel like they're trying to go for a very minimalistic style flair with the logo, and that's something that you do for like business cards, and you're supposed to be like chic and refined and shit like that. I don't want to see that shit in my fucking I don't want to see that in my fucking fighting
I'm
games.
imagining the start screen for Street Fighter 6. And if it's just like, most of the time it's like a logo or it'll say Street Fighter and all that. But I'm just imagining this with the little 6 and it says press start. And I'm like,
and in the background is Ryu's dong. Like, that's it.
Or the twitchy toe, anything from the video. So it's just, chat brings up a good point. The logo reminds them of something UFC would do.
And the other issue that I have with it is that
maybe,
Street Fighter V was kind of like breaking away from the pastel issue, like not pastel, but like you could tell that they were getting a lot more colorful as the entries from 4 to 5 and now into 6, and you were seeing that in the trailer for Street Fighter 6. Like,
until
there was fucking rainbows and shit everywhere. It looked like a pride flag, and then now we get here. And it's just like this black on white fucking hexagon bullshit. Like,
well, that's the thing.
I drew this on my TI 82 or whatever.
The trailer even shows
this looks like
Luke...
a logo that would be within the game. Like if this was like I said Magneto, Lord Bison, who the fuck ever. Like if it was a company and like Bison decided Street Fighter is my company, and this is on, you see this on a bunch of crates or boxes in the background, like it's a logo within a logo, not something to represent the world.
Yeah, and even the teaser trailer also shows like that very like this. I would say this is the art style that kind of started up in Street Fighter 4, where you had like the splash of like Chris was saying, you've got the very like graffiti-esque color behind the characters doing like their what were the moves in the, not the EX moves.
Oh, I thought it was more like Japanese watercolor painting.
Well, that's how it was in Street Fighter with the charge moves and stuff like that. Like you could do like your it wasn't into, well, that was a song, was Indestructible. But you see this like it's black and white with Ryu.
I think you do mean EX moves. Charge moves are just motions.
Okay, well with this, when you see it with Luke, you have this splash of color and you got that really cheeky fucking grin. But then you see this logo and you're like, wait, what? Like that doesn't represent what you're trying to, what I feel you were trying to represent in your trailer overall.
It's not good.
I don't think it is either.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of things to talk about regarding the logo, and I think you guys have hit some really, really good points and whatnot. One of the ones that I wanted to point out was that apparently that's also very similar to an $80 clip art that you can find online, which pretty much the same thing with just a 6 added to it. I don't hate the logo, to be completely honest with you. And this is coming from the guy that's like a big Street Fighter fan. I can see why people dislike it, but I'm also trying to think that maybe they're going in another direction that we're not seeing here. And in the sense that maybe this logo is very generic and very minimalistic, but it also reminds me of like something that you would see in esports tournaments. And I'm like, maybe there's a bigger picture here that we're not looking at, that we're not realizing.
But you ain't got to do that to your logo though, just for esports.
See, what scares me about it,
that's where you're wrong.
Yeah, see, and what scares me about it is honestly, I feel that Street Fighter where Chris and I have had this conversation before, where he's asked me and he's been like, what is it with you guys who are casual fighters that just don't block in games? And that's one of the things that I've always enjoyed about Street Fighter is that to me it's always been a pick up and play and just I'm ready to throw hands. I don't care if I win. So my fear in Street Fighter 6, even though I'm going to pick it up, I feel like it's going to be the most competitive version out there. And that's why this logo is signifying. It's simple. It's fucking something that you will see in an E-League. It's something that top tier players can represent and be serious about it. And I think that's the direction Capcom is trying to go into. I don't like that direction, but I can't see any other reason why this would be the logo.
I'm going to add to that. I think Capcom's better than this, is what I will say at the end of the day. Capcom is better, Capcom is better than this logo that we're seeing right here. Artistic-wise and ideal-wise, they are better than this.
Have you been around the FGC for the last, 3 3-4 years.
I'm not talking about the
following
FGC.
Capcom.
I'm talking about Capcom as a company, a Capcom who has been producing some high caliber video games in the last couple of years. Granted, some of them are remakes of old classics, but you've got all these Monster Hunter games. Capcom is back on the map because of Monster Hunter. Capcom is better than this shit tier logo that we have in front of us right now.
Right, but it got on the map because of Street Fighter. Originally.
Get off that. Capcom was about to go down the fucking shitter if it wasn't for Monster Hunter.
You're not hearing what he's saying.
Oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
Street Fighter 2. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 was the original reason why Capcom came up again. There was dying and things were falling apart, and Street Fighter 2 fucking took it on a whole different level. So with everything that's happened, Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, and all that stuff, they want to take it back to the main focus, the main player. It might not be your main player, it might not be my main player, but it's their bread and butter that took them up to this point. So the focus now is, like I said, I genuinely feel like they're taking this in a whole different direction, a whole more serious direction.
We got you.
And it's
serious.
It's very more serious, honestly. And I don't think it's we'll see how it turns out. But I don't think this has to do anything with like the creative that they have in there, the artists that they can do. I think they're making a statement with this logo. This doesn't have to be all flashy colors and all that stuff.
It feels
they
like
want to be serious about
the night before the trailer and they forgot to do the logo. That's all it feels like to me.
I mean,
I can see where it comes from with it being part of a bigger picture, and I will also say that Capcom has had some serious missteps where they're literally doing what other people have done just because they see that it's popular and they think, we should do that real quick. And if there's any series that they can fuck around with and still recover from, it's Street Fighter. They have shown that over and over.
Yeah.
And in the end, to just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not lighting up the mood, but I guess to reassure that this isn't going to be the final logo. There's going to be like 3 or 4 other versions of Street Fighter 6 coming down the road.
You're not wrong.
Have a better logo at some point. Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, if the game fucking plays great and it's a good fighting game, I guess you don't really have to say who gives a fuck what the logo says.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, dude, like you see it happen. Like Resident Evils 1 through 3 had the same style of art, I think, or the logo, the name on the cover. It wasn't until they got to 4 that they added the little like tail and hook to it, and then 5 was the burning flame, and 6 was the spiraling thing, and then they went back to the traditional, just plain Resident Evil, and add a number to it or tweak it a bit to make it look a little bit different.
Hold on, we can use that as a prime example. 4 was dumb as hell because it said 4 before it said Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 6 was a giraffe getting a blowjob. So, Corey, this is nothing new with Capcom's horrible ideas of logos. Yeah, go ahead and bring up RE6 if you want to for the viewers,
and since we're on the Resident Evil trip, and people are talking about how this is a clip art of an $80 clip art that you can download. It's not the first time we've heard Capcom take somebody else's art and use it as their own.
Yeah,
right.
That is true.
And I think we just lost Corey.
Yeah, I never saw the giraffe getting a blowjob.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Holy shit! How?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, someone doctored that one. They didn't doctor this one. Oh no. That's no bueno. Oh, fuck you, Wikipedia, for not letting me be able to look at a fucking logo. Oh no, someone actually put a wiener on there. So
that's all right.
Yeah, careful.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway.
So that's my 2 cents on the Street Fighter matter. But hey, the collection looks awesome.
I thought we were gonna talk about that too, but here we are.
No, we'll get away from it. I'm excited about fan creations of what the Street Fighter 6 logo will look like. That's what I'm excited for. But yes, moving on, getting away from Street Fighter, we also got the Capcom Fighting Collection, which, Jesus Christ, I was not expecting this. I guess we got Darkstalkers, even though it's not a new Darkstalkers game. It's going to have 10 titles. It will be releasing on PC and consoles on June 24th, 2022. And it will include Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Hunters 2, Vampire Savior 2, Hyper Street Fighter 2, Red Earth, Super Gem Fighter, Cyberbots, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. And it's going to be $40 with all games with rollback netcode.
So I don't know why Capcom felt the need that they need to release another version of Hyper Street Fighter 2.
I don't know.
I don't care.
They just
but,
snuck it in
there. the gems here are clearly anything relating to Vampire Savior or Darkstalkers or whatever, especially Vampire Savior 2, Red Earth, and Cyberbots. Like, having those, cool.
That's nuts.
I'll give you $40. I hope the netcode's good. Like,
I hope so too.
I know we said, it's rollback, but they're
look. It's the first step, okay? It's the first step.
Created equal.
Red Earth, I never knew about Red Earth, and I did not know about. I knew about a character of Cyberbots, but I didn't know about Cyberbots. Those are the two that I'm very excited. And then, of course, any of the having those easily accessible to where we don't have to bust out our PS3s anymore is kind of nice. So,
half this game is Darkstalkers, and that's crazy because they kept hinting at a 3, which is for those that don't know, everything with vampire in the title is part of the Darkstalkers.
The
Darkstalkers.
Dick Stalkers
scene. Yeah, and so like I think actually was Darkstalkers 3 around the Mega Man Legends 3, or was that after that? Maybe that was after MVC 3. I forget. Point is, half this thing is people are speculating left and right there'll be another actual Darkstalkers, but I knew of Red Earth, but I never knew it was only ever in arcade, so it's cool that that's getting a console port. Cyberbots I literally learned of because Megavisions has a review of it in the next issue, and that's got Jin in it, who was in the Marvel vs. Capcom games, and then Puzzle Fighter, the Megavisions crew, not super recently, but we have played that online in the past, so it's really cool to see that getting support again. Hopefully bigger lobbies than just 4 people.
Yeah, and a lot of the extra stuff that's in it too. You get like, what was it? It's the trailer said over 400 like tracks from all the games or sound effects and stuff like that. You get a bunch of the original key art from a lot of the games. I mean, the key art on the cover itself looks fantastic. It's the key works by Bengus, and that artwork looks I think they might be the same ones that did the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle artwork as well. And I'm for these Capcom collections. Like, bring out those games that I mean, if Capcom's not going to remaster or HD remaster or make new games of these IPs, bring them back so where we can easily accessibly play them with our friends.
Yeah.
So, I don't Street Fighter 6, Capcom fighting game collection, big yes from me. I'm buying that day one. Going probably PS4 physical. So,
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I think it's a good thing. It's a good move. A lot of people, especially the Resident Evil community, was very salty regarding the the announcement and stuff like that. And going back to what you had mentioned, Corey, about how you thought it was Resident Evil, you weren't the only one, because a lot of people, I think, had hyped it up thinking it was Resident Evil. Talking about Code Veronica remaster, talking about Resident Evil 4 remaster, talking about all this stuff and whatnot. But to me, like I said, like in the grander scheme of things, I felt like they've already done so much Resident Evil that it's nice to take a step back and focus on the fighting stuff.
Yeah.
And even with the collection, like, I mean, we're still missing like Power Stone, Rival Schools, and all that. But it doesn't mean that we can't. Yeah, we no Punchy Girl. It doesn't mean that we can't have any. It might not happen in the future. And to me, honestly, I'd rather see this be happening, like the little collections that we can pick up, like you said, ease of access and whatnot. Because it just tells me that it's inevitable that at some point we're going to get like the survival horror collection that's going to feature Resident Evils 1 through 3 and Dino Crisis 1 and 2. Maybe some Clock Tower in there. I don't know. And it'll be a miracle if they pull off some Sweet Home. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. There we go. But yeah, that it gives us hope is what we need. So
yeah,
I think all this stuff is pre-Naomi hardware, though, if I'm not mistaken. So,
but also too,
was
it the fighting game or the beat 'em up? That was only like 6 games, wasn't it?
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, 6 beat 'em ups. Well, I mean the other I mean when you talk about like the beat 'em ups and stuff like that Capcom had, there was like those are the 6 ones that were like the more known one with 2 that they couldn't get because of licensing issues, Alien versus Predator and then the Punisher. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But it's other than that, it's just like they really didn't have anything else as far as like beat 'em ups when you think about it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I mean, they did have
the other Final Fights. So
it was, or correct me if I'm wrong. They might have had a Dungeons and Dragons Capcom one, and I don't know.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the Tower of yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if they were Capcom
or whatever.
Mystaria, that's what it is.
I think this is a good thing. I know everybody's probably already saying this is just Capcom cashing in on re-releases and whatever, but this is how companies also gauge the interest of sequels in these series as well. And this is also a way better example of all the people ignoring their old IPs that are doing jack shit, but the diehards will run out and grab this stuff. Sure, it might not have the best sales in the world, but
Capcom did do this.
Maybe other certain companies should take note of this so we're not fucking emulating things left and right.
Yeah. Also, I would have loved to have the Shadow over Mystaria game. That one's great because that's I think up to like 5 people, or it's either 4 or 5 person beat 'em up. That's a really good game, so we need to look into that. But Chris, you got anything else to put in on there? Or are we good?
Stuff.
I don't. We're good.
Your camera froze again. So
God damn it!
He's just so excited.
No, the fucking I don't know what's going on, but my EOS 3 utility software is not loading. So fucking trash, man.
As of today for Pokemon Day 2022, we got a Pokemon announcement, which is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are announced for late 2022. I feel like that's going to be more around the holiday season to get ready for that, because they got to have a seller for the holiday season. The trailer or the video that we saw released a new area. Mute that. That resembles very much of like the Italian Spain area of Europe, which fucking cool. Apparently it's got like coastlines and like towns just kind of like blend into the wilderness. There's not like a lot like, oh, this is the town and then this is the Pokemon area. It just kind of blends very naturally from what we saw. And then we also got the 3 starters, which I think Chris and I are on team Firecroc. Almost said Firecock. My bad.
Hey.
But we have
distant cousin of Bumblebobble.
Yeah.
Fuecoco.
Okay, so first of all, starting from the top, we'll get back and talk a little bit more about the game from the trailer, but we gotta talk about the starters. So we have, and Chris, help me out on here. We have Sprigatito,
which is Weed Garfield.
Weed Garfield. So this is the grass starter. It's all these starters, regardless of the generation, always have like the 3 main abilities. So it's like Overgrow, which is for the grass Pokemon. Apparently has a nature of capricious and attention seeking. So I'm wondering it might evolve into something very like glamour-ish.
It's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. So it's a green cat. That's what it's gonna be.
Yep.
And then we had Chris. Go ahead.
Fuecoco,
which is I named it the Stimpy Croc because it looks like Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy.
It's a bucktooth red apple alligator.
It's great.
I think it's supposed to be a pepper.
I like him. Oh, is it a pepper?
Because I thought it was an apple at first too, but there is already an apple Pokemon. So
if he's fire, then I like him.
It could be a spicy apple, like a spicy apple cobbler.
That is true.
Maybe.
That Pokemon will have the Blaze ability, which ups fire moves within if you're under a certain health amount. That's what all these moves do. All these abilities do. They're just different for other types of Pokemon. It has a laid back and does its own pace. It does things at its own pace. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see like a slacking kind of Pokemon, but a fire version. I don't know. Chris understands that reference. So
yep, it's gonna be a kaiju.
I'm for it.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool.
And then the last one we have is Quaxley, which I've named it Tumor Duck, or I've also seen someone call it Captain Quacks because it looks like it's wearing a beret.
Yeah.
And then that's the Water Duckling with the Torrent ability, and its nature explanation is it's earnest and a tidy duckling. So There we go. Wasn't expecting
Sells
this.
insurance.
Chris, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't. I think the fan game is called Ultraviolet, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so that threw me off because I thought there was a fan game that was already called Violet. So
Ultraviolet.
Is that the one where you play as Mila Jovovich?
no, not at all.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my
god. But if we look at the video, we've had people already saying, like, obviously it's taking aspects from Pokemon Legends Arceus, where Pokemon are very, very free out in the open. Probably going to be. I wonder if the playstyle of capturing Pokemon will be the same way. Instead of going into like a splash cut screen or like a cut scene and then going into the battle, it's just going to be like, boom, you're right into it, which is like what Arceus is. So I don't know. It looks better, slightly better than Sword and Shield to me. So, which means I'm excited about it. Fucking Game Freak gets me every fucking time. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
so,
we know.
I don't know.
Isn't it using the Arceus engine?
I believe so.
Yeah. Which is just the Breath of the Wild engine.
Yeah. And people are already like, I don't know if there's been confirmation, but people are already like, oh, I bet you they don't put all the Pokemon in it. Look, man, this generation is going to push us over 1,000, I believe.
Fucking sell.
It's Pokemon. But
did they say how many Pokemon are being added?
Not yet, but
Not
we do
yet.
know that it has Fuecoco.
I'm excited.
Think people like the people that complain about not having all the Pokemon, like they cannot begin to comprehend the balancing issues of that.
They also have sand in their cunt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Given.
But yeah, sure. Gen 9. Here we go. God damn. Gen 9 makes me feel old is all it does, really. So
because you are old.
You were there from Gen 1, dude.
I've been
That's
there
Gen 9
from
of Pokemon. What generation of video games are we on, sir?
Gen 9.
Aha! I thought of that as I said it because the first one did come out on Game Boy. But yeah, that makes it older. I don't know.
We're gonna expect it in late 2022. I'm anticipating, which probably a lot of people are as well. It's gonna be a holiday seller, so it's gonna come out probably in November, and again get ready for that holiday season.
Haven't they usually come out in like September or August, or am I just misremembering?
I thought Sword and Shield came out in November. Did it come out earlier than that?
Fact checking will ruin this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Hey-o.
I think Scotty is right that it was September or August in one of those two. And that's why I agree with Scotty that it is a September or August release and not a holiday release. I feel that this is the year that we get Breath of the Wild 2, and it's at the end of the year.
Right.
Okay, so we've got release dates for February, for October, for June, for September, August. No, there's no traction on what it is that you said. They release this shit whenever they fucking want to.
So if
main series though, what about main series?
This is main. This is including main series. The main series, it's just all over the place, dude.
So, but if it says late, we could probably late Q3, probably early Q4. Somewhere around there, probably. So
fuck it.
I mean. Right, I know Scotty has really nothing to do, doesn't really care about Pokemon, but I'm raising my hand because I'll get it. I don't know if Eddie will. I don't know his stance on Pokemon, but I know Chris and I are. I mean, so
yeah, I like Pokemon. It's just really hard to keep up. Honestly, is what it comes down to with me. It's just like
3 years ago.
Yeah, did it? No, Sword and Shield was.
I saw somewhere that said 3 years ago.
That was 2019.
Not last year.
Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield was 2020.
Sword and Shield
wasn't
had
it?
to have been 2019 because I was still commuting and listening to the ScrubVerse podcast.
Oh, I'm right. Sword and Shield came out November 15th, 2019. So, well, I was right about the November. I wasn't right about it being 3 years, 2022.
Yeah,
I am right.
Yeah, we're only in February, but yes.
So. But yeah, I mean, by the time the new one comes out, it will be probably almost 3 years. So there we go. But more.
Yeah, the last Pokemon game I played was the Alolan ones.
Yeah,
Sun and
right.
Moon. Yeah, those are the last ones I played. I didn't pick up any of the newer ones and stuff that kept coming out, and then I just felt like they just kept coming one after the other, and I'm just like, I don't know where to go now. Arceus is probably gonna be the one.
Madden.
Yeah, Arceus is probably gonna be the next one I'm gonna pick up. I don't think I'm gonna pick up Sword or Shield. I don't think I'm gonna pick up Diamond and Pearl or whatever, the shiny diamond and all that stuff, pearl necklace, whatever.
I fell off of those really hard.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if I do pick up one of these, it's going to be Scarlet.
Chris, are you ready to battle our Fuecoco?
Fuecoco! Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Is that how he says his name? I hope so.
They don't say their names in the game.
It's going to be terrible. Like they're hyping it up, and he's going to be like, Fuecoco. Like, what?
Dude, I'm trying to think. Can we have a full?
I really want it to be. You hear it in the way background, like Fuecoco, and then just he like lands in the middle of the battle.
I'm trying to think. Can we have a full crocodile team now? We have for alligator. We have Fuecoco. We have crocodile. Is that it?
I think those are the only crocodile Pokemon that there are, but. I mean, that's good enough for me to keep them in my team.
Dude, man, for alligator's good. Crocodile can Totodile? Be good. Totodile's the first form of for alligator.
What about Vector?
That's a different game. So
stop the podcast in its tracks. You're welcome, everybody.
Oh my god, that's the Pokemon I Dynamax is Vector. So, all right,
there's a fan fiction for that.
Are we good on Pokemon? Can we move?
We're good on Pokemon.
All right.
You're
born ready to be done with Pokemon.
I just enjoy blowing people's minds to remind that the first Pokemon was on the brick Game Boy. Just think about that for a second.
It was. People. The first ones were. I think I played mine on a Game Boy Pocket, but it was playable on the Game Boy OG.
There's a good chance. And it might be a very slim chance, but it's still a chance that someone who's listening to this right now said, "What's a brick Game Boy?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, we live in that day and age now. We just got to be ready for that. There's some people that might be. There might be some people that are like, "What's the Game Boy Advance?" Like, so
2 brick Game Boys equal the size of 1 Stream Deck.
Yeah, you gotta turn them sideways and put them together. But yeah, so all right, let's get the fuck away from Pokemon because now we have something that actually fucking matters that we're talking about.
Coco.
So it is time. For this month, everyone thought we forgot about it. We waited until the second to the last day to do it. But it is time for this month's edition of the Pack One, Pick One. And the theme for February is arcade cabs that eventually got a console release. So, Chris.
Share the link.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a link.
I will share you the tier maker link if that's what you want.
Please.
I will be in.
The way you were building it up makes me think we need theme songs for these things or something.
You're in charge of writing them. So
I did not volunteer.
Too bad.
Yeah, you did, baby.
You bring it up. That's a volunteer. Oh no, he's got the ukulele. Here we go. God damn it.
I got a ukulele.
All right. So, Chris, give us a rundown on what our choices are going to be. I sent you guys the Word document too. That doesn't. I sent it earlier in chat. The whole list of games we're going to run down.
Okay, let me look at that then, because fucking this tier list bullshit is all sorts of fucked up on me.
It's really rough if you don't have it in presentation mode. So,
well, it's not just that. It's like nothing was saved, so I need like the actual list.
Oh, it was saved for me, so that's why. Okay, yeah, look at that list. I posted it today at 6:22. I mean, I could just run through it too. I guess I don't have to wait on you. But our choices for this week, Chris will give us who will be picking first. But our choices this week will be UN Squadron, Ghouls and Ghosts, 1941 Counterattack, Dungeons and Dragons, Tower of Doom, Alien vs. Predator, Mega Man the Power Battle, Giga Wing, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man / Mrs. Pac-Man, The Punisher, Saturday Night Slam Masters, X-Men, The Simpsons, Daytona USA, House of the Dead, Cruisin' USA, Crazy Taxi, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Afterburner 2, and Soul Calibur 2. we got a good fucking list today, boys.
This is a fucking great list.
Wait, did you say Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
I missed it. Anyway, remember how last time you may as well have put sports games in there and that would have been how relevant everything is? This is like my jam.
This is why I specifically asked H2O. I said, we need to get something that we're all going to be on board with, so let's do arcade cabs. So, all right.
Who's got
Chris,
first pick?
Who's got first pick, Chris? Tell us the
So-
pick order.
I have first pick.
Boo!
Then Eddie goes.
Okay, I've got it in the list now on Tier Maker.
Then Corey goes.
And Scotty went first last time, so he's at the bottom.
He automatically goes last.
So is it? I'm a little lost. The Tier Maker link I clicked on has all of last time's choices and the new ones, or did we? Already
Yeah,
do
it's we
That's
since
how
we
it's-
didn't. Since
That's how
we
it's
weren't.
supposed to be.
Yeah, since we weren't. We didn't start off the list before. It's gonna basically show us like a blank one, and then we have to fill it in. And the next time we click that link, it'll be back
Well,
on there again.
I'm in charge of filling it in right now. So
The reason I ask is that's going to streamline, because if I'm looking at an outdated thing, I'm not going to actually see what I can pick because it's not
Right,
gonna be
right.
updating. So
makes sense.
I
So
don't know.
I mean, I guess we just need to get this show on. And some of the cover art on the tier
get it.
list, we had to pick like the console release of it. So like Alien versus Predator is the Super Nintendo version, not the arcade version. So,
Gross.
but all right, Chris, you're up. Here we go.
All right. I mean, if you thought it was going to be anything else, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm picking Soul Calibur 2.
Fair
Oh,
enough. There we
okay.
go. It did not. There it is. Soul Calibur 2. Which version?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Wait,
I'm
Wait.
gonna have to max out the Twitch stream to actually keep up with
that's what I did. That's what I did, Scotty. Too. I got a question though. Hold on.
Okay.
Why isn't Street Fighter 2 on here?
Because this was a list that H2O put together. All right. So if you have a problem with it, you go talk to him.
It was also
Yeah, I
on
mean,
last round.
technically, yeah.
Or was that the
Yeah, it
first
was on
one?
last round. So shut
Okay.
That
up.
was the second one. Yeah. Sorry.
Shit, it's my choice, huh?
Uh-huh.
God damn.
I'm gonna put the list in I'll put it into the chat so you guys can see
My laptop's taking off.
Okay.
Sounding like a jet.
Great.
I'm gonna go with X-Men.
X-Men, okay.
I'm torn, but yeah, I'm going with X-Men because I might lose another one, but that's fine.
This is tough. This is real tough because there's about 4 that I want right now. But I think I have to go with Turtles in Time.
And
I
I
gotta
lost
pick
it.
that one. I
And
gotta
fucking
pick it.
lost it.
That's a hot one. That's a first one, man.
Well, see, my reasoning behind it is that my first experience with Turtles in Time was the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah,
I didn't play the
that's better
arcade one till
version,
later.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I played the arcade one, I was just like, well, this isn't the same thing I remember.
Yeah.
But X-Men is like the one where I remember, like, Dad, I need $5. And he's like, what do you need $5 for? He's like, X-Men, I'll explain, bowling, whatever. And so, yeah.
Just
There we
not
go.
drugs. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Scotty, you're up.
Oh, are you kidding? Hey, come on over here. It's time to make some
Yeah, I
crazy
knew it.
money.
I knew it. There we go. All right,
I'm
Chris?
pretty sure
Okay.
Corey and Chris know my list already. If I can
a
get
little
it.
bit. So
Scotty, I think I'm gonna have to steal from your list because I am split between 2, but I really want this. I'm gonna go with House of the Dead.
Oh.
So what if it's my favorite series that's not Sonic of the Sega universe? That's fine.
And you pick Crazy Taxi?
Yeah, because between the two, like I could definitely play Crazy Taxi over and over again.
That is
House
true.
of the Dead, it's the same thing every time. A quick question though, what is the first one? Because the logo's not coming in very clear.
The
for
first
me.
one for me, I don't know if it randomizes it differently for you. It's Ghouls
No,
and
I'm looking
Ghosts
at the
for me.
Twitch stream.
Ghouls
Okay,
and Ghosts.
gotcha.
All right, Eddie.
What's the one between Cruising USA and Slam Masters?
Wait.
Afterburner.
No, the one between
No.
Slam Masters and Crew. That is the Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom.
Oh, okay. Alien versus Predator.
Fucking god damn it! I knew it.
Yeah.
I fucking
See, this
knew
is
it.
what this is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed
That
to
was
be.
a
Eddie. I
hate
know
pick. That was a hate pick, is what that was. He picked that, so you picked that, so I couldn't have it. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That totally threw me the fuck off now. I can't steal. I know Scotty will want Daytona over Cruising. I think Scotty will want Daytona over Daytona.
Daytona.
Daytona USA.
We're just we're just all over the place today.
Echo the Dolphin's not in that version either.
But I played Daytona way more than I've played Cruising USA. You know what?
It's not what the other person wants. It's what you want.
It's what you want.
You gotta
it's what I want. I gotta go with since something I really wanted got taken. I'm gonna take from somebody else. I'm taking Daytona.
Daytona, yeah.
That just means I won't.
Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah.
No, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Scotty.
I thought I was after. Oh no, Chris was first. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Very confused. I only have Crazy Taxi right now.
I'll run through what you got.
Oh, that was Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
I'll run through your choices in case the cover arts aren't that easy. So you got Ghouls and Ghosts. You've got the Simpsons arcade game. You've got Giga Wing, Afterburner 2, Cruising USA, Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom, Saturday Night Slam Masters, The Punisher, UN Squadron, Pac-Man / Miss Pac-Man, Mega Man: The Power Battle, 1941 Counterattack, and Donkey King.
Yeah. See, even though it's not the best beat 'em up out there, there's still stuff that you'll catch every time you're playing it through. So I'm gonna go with The Simpsons.
Okay, that's true because like if you start,
it's one of the more like repetitive.
If you never watched the first season, you're like, why the fuck is Marge, whenever she gets electrocuted, why does she have bunny ears underneath her hair? So
yeah, it's like one of the weaker beat 'em ups that solely got by with the licensing.
Yeah, it's the quarter eater. That and the X-Men are probably the two biggest quarter eaters in here. And
I don't know if you've ever played the Avengers.
No, you have.
That one is rough.
That is.
The Avengers.
Mega Man: The Power Battle, easy.
Yeah. All right, Eddie.
This is just the we hate each other.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with Giga Wing.
Damn it.
Sorry, I was like, I need no. You know what? No. I'm gonna
don't
go with
be
that.
a bitch. Take
That
it.
just means Antichrist is gonna pick it then, just because he saw my reaction next. He doesn't even
Well,
care.
you're after me, so you
am
can
I?
get it.
All right, great. Yeah, don't. Yeah, pick. Yeah, it's something else.
I'm gonna go with Afterburner 2. That's what I want to go with. Because the music in Sonic and whatever Transform Racing, that music's really good on that level. So
don't justify it. Giga Wing was your choice.
I've played Afterburner 2. I've not played Giga Wing. So
oh.
Yeah.
Scott, should I just put Giga Wing on yours?
It's a good shmup. Toss me some Giga Wing.
There we go. All right, we got
Texas
4
style.
choices. We got 8 choices left. I'm sorry.
1941.
1941. Everybody gonna get a shmup?
These
Eddie?
shmups are.
No, that's what I was thinking about because if I would have picked the shoot 'em up, it would have been 1941. I don't remember much of UN Squadron besides the Super NES port, but I'm okay not having a shoot 'em up in fear of losing Saturday Night Slam Masters. I'm gonna go with Saturday Night Slam Masters.
Yeah. I was gonna. That probably would have been my next choice, but I'm gonna go with the Punisher. I think it's thanks to Chris's review of it and me playing it on the Megavisions thing. It's good. It's short, but it's good and it's solid.
It's really good.
Yeah. All right, Scotty, you're up again.
Speaking of the opposite of that, but still a fun game. I'm cruising.
There
cruising. I'm singing the world, but
yeah, it's fine.
USA is still good too.
Final 4.
When you can fucking do flips and shit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we need to look up Cruise and the newest one, see if that rollback got implemented or the online got implemented.
Blast. Yeah, Cruise and Blast. Rollback when?
Yeah. All right, Chris.
I'm going Ghosts and Ghouls.
Ghouls and Ghosts?
For Ghouls and Ghosts, yep.
That's a different game you said. So all right, Eddie.
That's Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man?
Yeah, I think it's counting as both. Yeah, it's counting as both.
Is that like the OG or is that the 3D isometric one?
I don't know what fucking cover art he picked. So
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. This is a crucial pick right here.
Yeah.
So the game, don't get freaked out by the cover art. The game itself counts as the first Pac-Man and the first Mrs. Pac-Man. That's what that pick is. It's both of those.
Then I'll take Pac-Man
because he gets 2 games for 1. So
yep.
I'm gonna go with the Dungeons and Dragons game,
and that leaves UN Squadron to Scotty.
Whatever the fuck that is, I'll take another shmup, I guess.
Alrighty, so just to give a rundown on today's picks, Chris is walking away with Soul Calibur 2, The House of the Dead, Mega Man The Power Battle, 1941 Counterattack, and Ghouls and Ghosts. Eddie is walking away with the X-Men Beat 'em Up, the Alien... man, I'm still so mad about it. The Alien vs. Predator Beat 'em Up, Donkey Kong, the OG Donkey Kong, Saturday Night Slime Masters, and Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man. So you get 2 games in that one. I'm walking away with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, Daytona USA, Afterburner 2, The Punisher, and Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom. And Scotty is walking away with Crazy Taxi, The Simpsons arcade game, Gigawing, Cruising USA, and UN Squadron. So... fuck you, Eddie. But there we go. We're gonna have another edition for March.
Okay.
We're gonna have.
You know what? I'm not as butthurt. I thought it was House of the Dead 2. The first one is rough, so yeah, you can have that one.
There you go.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dude.
But that one's fun. We got 2 months down. We got another month coming up. I have a theme that I'm talking with H2O about, and I will let you audience members will find out the day of. The other 3 ScrubVerse members, I might tell them a little bit before the podcast. We'll see. Depends on how I'm feeling. As of right now, no. So but there we go.
All Monster Hunters. Every Monster Hunter game.
All the Monster Hunters. So, alrighty. Chris, if people have a question, what should they do?
Join the fucking Discord.
We don't have any questions this week. Fuck. No, wait, we do. I lied.
Yeah, we do. I thought we had 2.
I didn't see the notification on Discord, so maybe I
got
checked
2 of them right here.
So, okay, there you go. That's because you have a question. So, yes, join the fucking Discord. Make sure to do that. And if you do, your questions are going to sound like, Scotty, since you asked it, you get to read it.
Cool. I don't have it up. I forgot to bring up the point that the reason I wore the shirt I'm wearing right now is to just remind everyone that I had the first and best pick of the Pick One Pack One.
That is true. So if you ever get the tier list or the tier maker to pop up, it has the order of the picks that we picked. And there's Aladdin on Scotty's first one. So
yeah, no nipples genie all the way.
There you go.
My question was, I realized recently that I think I enjoy jalapeno flavor things more than actual jalapenos. Is there an artificial flavor you enjoy more than the source, or vice versa? Do you enjoy the source more than the flavor? Example, I cannot stand grape flavored anything, but I do love grapes. Chris, question in the back?
Watermelon.
Yeah.
I fucking love fake watermelon flavored candies.
Oh. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers are fucking baller.
They are the fucking best. And I bite into a real watermelon. 1, it doesn't taste like a candy watermelon. 2, it just tastes like shitty sugar water. So, yeah, watermelon.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
That's the best one.
What is wrong with you?
The fuck do you mean it's wrong with me?
Have you never had like a watermelon on a hot summer day and shit?
Yeah, right. You don't even need a drink.
Yeah, and then I open up a bottle of water because if I want, no, it doesn't taste good.
The only time I like eating watermelon is when I know I can get dirty. I just go on the watermelon.
When I know that I can get dirty,
I can get down and dirty.
Make that the new ScrubVerse shirt.
We got to write these bitches down. So,
yeah.
Eddie, do you have one, or do you need a little time?
I'm still trying. I'm still trying to think about it. So go ahead and move on.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of.
Speaking of which,
he's got watermelon candy.
He's got a jar of
Jolly Ranchers right here.
Jesus Christ! I am going to.
Speaking of which, I'm Gallagher.
I'm going to kind of flip the question on its head, where I like bananas more than I like banana flavored artificial stuff.
Those are
you ain't 90% of the population of the world.
That's not true. I've met people that like banana Laffy Taffies, but hate bananas.
What is wrong with you guys?
It's
You're white.
It's a weird thing. I like. There's a lollipop that does crazy combination flavors, and one of them is my favorite flavor of them is chocolate banana.
Yeah,
but
I'll also go with cotton candy. I don't like cotton candy, but I like cotton candy flavored things.
I don't like either of those. I just don't like cotton candy myself.
I'll agree with you on the jalapeno thing too, because those, I don't know the brand, but jalapeno kettle chips are my fucking jam.
They're really good.
Yeah,
I'll eat the fuck out of those things.
Yeah.
Chat says pink Starbursts are the terrible. Fight me, but I'm gonna blow your mind. All the Starbursts taste the same flavor, apparently, and the color just fucks with our taste buds.
That's not true.
I don't think it is either, but
That's
it'd be cool if it
all.
was.
Chris would know.
Chris likes candy.
You would know.
Oh no, I was talking about the color.
I just caught what you were throwing shade at.
I fucking had to give us one.
I love that he didn't at first, though. That was pretty
good. The only thing I can think of on my end, honestly, it's I enjoy pineapple fruit. Like I very much enjoy pineapple fruit. I like the Mexican restaurant down the street that has pineapple drink, but I don't like Dole's pineapple juice. So if anything,
okay,
yeah, it's weird. It's like I kind of do and I kind of don't.
It's probably too artificial.
Yeah, it's probably got artificial sweeteners and shit in it. So
yeah, but I can't think of something that I enjoy artificially instead of the real thing. I was gonna make a dirty joke, but never mind.
Oh God. Hallie, she spent some time down in Guatemala, and like she can't eat pineapple anymore because she ate pineapple so much when she was down there that it fucked up. Like, if you eat pineapple too much, it will like slowly eat away the inside of your mouth because it's so acidic.
Yeah, it's acidic.
So I dropped my.
She fucked up her buds.
That's what it was.
Buds.
So, all right. Moving on, Raven's Quill asks, I've been watching a playthrough of Little Hope, where the events of the past seem to linger on the people and place of the present. If you could time travel, oh Lord, where in the past would you go? Oh no. And which time period would you absolutely avoid? I'm going to say it right off the bat. I'm white, so I can probably go anywhere in time and be fine. So we can edit that
Little
out.
Hope. I do remember. Okay, Little Hope.
I don't
is a
remember.
Cool game.
I don't know what
Little
Hope is.
One of those choose your own adventure kind of styles.
Yeah, the Dark Pictures anthologies.
Yep.
Fuck you, Chris. I just read chat. Also, I think his camera froze.
Again.
Damn it! He's got a smug ass look on his face.
Just leave it. Yeah.
You know, I think I want to say that we've had this question before, honestly, because I remember me saying that, like, as much as I would love to travel to like the 50s era, it's not a good time for my people during the 50s era.
Well, let's jazz up the question a little bit. If you could take out
racial and that was my next thing.
Yeah. If you could just go to a certain part of time and you would be treated like you would be treated like everybody else of the time. It would be fine. You take that out of the equation. What part would you want to go back into? I guess it only has to be the past. You can't go to the future, huh?
1980s Bay Area.
Okay.
Did you say place? Yeah.
1980s Bay Area. That was like the start of the thrash metal scene.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I was thinking of like.
See, that's a good one.
Yep.
Remember, Chris, when we watched The Warriors? I'm like, oh, do you like? I kind of miss like just dirty ass New York. Like,
no one misses dirty ass New York.
Just the nostalgia about it.
Bing bong.
Also, the person that said he misses dirty ass New York has never lived in a city. So
that's true. I've lived in a city. I've just never been to New York.
I wasn't a slam. That was just an observation.
It is true. So, Scotty, what about you?
I mean, it's probably in my brain because I'm rereading Console Wars, but like since Sega is the reason I'm more so into games than anything else, it would be cool to go back to the early 90s when Sega starting to fight Nintendo was happening, to be more aware of that. It would be cool to watch that in motion with the knowledge of where things are going to go, kind of just to absorb it. Not just to like grab things then sell on eBay again, but but also I kind of would like to go back to the 50s because something about, maybe it's because I just like got sucked into Fallout 3 and I really enjoyed the world that they stuck with, you know.
The
so
suburban life.
If there's anything, yeah, pretty much. Like I would love to go back to that time and then be the revolutionary drummer or something of the 50s, playing shit that people don't understand.
The devil's music.
Yeah, Barry, check this out. Like
but your kids are gonna love it. So yeah, either 50s or early 90s.
I've got two. One would be for like entertainment and like personal like want. I would probably go back to like the video game boom of the late 80s, like when it first starting. Probably like not after the first crash, like back when it was back in and like Nintendo and like arcades were big again and all that.
I mean,
stuff.
it wasn't 80s. That was 70s when the first crash took place. So
well, I don't want to be in there.
But it was like
first
actually coming back like 83.
Yeah, when it started realizing like this is more than just like a thing,
a toy,
a fad is what it is. The other one, if I was playing it smart, I would go back into the 90s of the internet boom and fucking invest in Google and Yahoo.
Boon?
Yeah.
That's when I just a couple thousand shares here and there, and then I'm be like, nowadays, fuck y'all. So yeah, that's what I would do for personal
IBM.
IBM, there you go. So that's a good question. I like that. I know we have answered that question before, but I think it's been a while. So I think we might have had we forgot about it, basically, is what
honestly, I would just go back to any time period pre-internet. If we're being just like blanket statement, yeah.
The thing about it is, it's just like it can go so many ways. Like if you just want to visit a place and be like, okay, like I want to visit like the 50s or feudal Japan and like not have to worry about anything.
Right.
No, you don't.
Of course, the fucking dogs are barking when I start, talking and whatnot.
They have opinions.
Yeah, they have opinions. They're like, this guy. But no, that's what I mean. It's just like without having to worry about anything. But I liked that what Chris said, and like the early 1980s when the thrash metal scene, because then I started thinking about that, and I'm just like, man, like I can't really think of something that I would like to like see historically like grow up from where its inception to where it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could say video games and stuff like that, but I feel like even then in the 90s, we experienced it as much as we could, as best as we could, because even if we were to go back to see like the Sega boom or whatever, the internet boom or anything like that, we kind of did see that as kids, and with the knowledge that we know, it's going to be kind of boring, you know?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's up to interpretation, because I don't think it would be boring for me. Like my problem would be I wouldn't be able to shut the fuck up. I would tell people I'm from the future, and then I'm in a mental institute and I can't invest what I would fuck up in the beginning, and then I'd just be fucked for the rest of my life. So.
Yeah.
I probably would have liked to go back when like Rush was first starting off and seeing them, like, because Rush is my favorite band. Just seeing them with the knowledge that I know now and knowing where they're gonna go. Like seeing them live in like dive bars and stuff around Canada would be fantastic. So,
that would be cool. I was trying to think of a music scene too, and I was thinking of like just fucking going to I think it's called The Tank or something in New York that kind of debuted the chiptune scene when no one knew what was going on.
Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. Like I can't think
party with me, Eddie.
Well, yeah. I would most likely party with you. Yeah, I would most likely party with you, because I would like tell myself like, would I want to have seen like the glam metal scene happening in Hollywood?
No.
And then I'm like, no,
Seattle grunge scene.
No, I don't want
wouldn't want to go to Seattle grunge. You know how much heroin is there?
There's a lot here too. So
okay, so you'd just be just like home.
It's just like home.
Yeah, because I could have easily have said 80s Miami too. I think that would have been a great scene. But we know what's there in 80s Miami too.
But that Vice City, man, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rush
I could
to
totally
the
see Eddie fucking just cruising down with a top down and a fucking Hawaiian shirt, Hawaii 5-0 in Florida in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Eddie would be the first Florida man.
But we're
It's
here on
true.
a fucking podcast.
It's true.
So, all right, boys, let's round this out because it's already been almost 3 hours. So, what are we doing
it's a
this
lengthy
week?
one.
Somebody go first.
So my video on Cubivore just recently came out.
Yes.
We
plugged you last time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we did.
So that's currently going. I'm working on my next project. I'm not going to say what it is.
We have to talk.
But Corey and I need to talk because
I might need
think
to be
it's something
sending
that
footage.
Not might, will. So that is going to be a thing. So hopefully end of March. You know how these things go. It's going to be like mid-April by the time it comes out, but it'll still be a good time. So that's what I got going on. I also got a project with Megavisions going on. Me and Cloud Connection are working on a piece discussing Sega and Fox Interactive and the lawsuit over Simpsons Hit and Run when they ripped off the patent that Crazy Taxi was based off of. So we are going to be working on that.
I didn't know about that. I would really like to read that. So.
Oh, it's not read. It is a video that we're working on.
I would really like to read with my ears. So.
Okay.
It's interesting.
All right. If nobody else is gonna go, I'll go next. We're gonna be doing some more. I got to do one more thing with Raid Shadow Legends on stream to maximize our sponsorship. Yeah, we're shills. Deal with it. So.
Well, not necessarily, because I mean it's going towards a good cause,
yeah,
right?
I guess we could announce it here. Is that okay with you guys if we announce it, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. All the proceeds that we make from the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, 100% of the proceeds will be going to the Ukraine Red Cross, because we decided that that is a much better use of that money than just using it to make logos or buy something for the stream. No, they need help right now, and we're going to try and help them the best way that we can. So we're going to send that money to them. And then other than that, streams will be sporadic. I'm enjoying Majora's Mask. I'm using a walkthrough. I'm playing the 3DS version. It's very fun. More fun than I thought it was going to be. So you check that out, and I'm going to be streaming some Life Force over on the Megavisions channel on Thursday night, which is TurboGrafx shmup. So I'm picking it up on the Wii U, which I've gone through and wish list about 90 things I need to buy. So I'm going to be playing that. And other than that, helping out with Chris on that video and any other shit that comes my way. So.
Eduardo.
There you go. Same old thing as usual, pretty much work. I still got the charity event that's rounding off. We did hit our initial goal of just $101.40. We're still going to get the payout at the end of the whatever Twitch payout is. It's going to be donated as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just focusing on that, playing some games, working, and cataloging the Funko collection. That's
over on twitch.tv/Eddie_Ferte.
Something like that. Eddie_Funko Forte. Yeah, that works.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Scotty, besides working, what are you going to try and do?
The Static Zone just released an episode about Dolomite, and Dolomite is my name, Rudy Ray Moore. That was ending our Black History Month celebrations on the podcast, so go and listen to that. I just shared the link tree in the Twitch chat. That's all I do. Megavisions issue 2 is getting closer and closer every day. Yeah, that's really it though.
Cool. And stay tuned for next week, because I believe next week we will have our next video game Scrub Club game picked out. We still are trying to figure it out, but we need to announce it by next week, so we'll have ample time to play whatever fucking game we choose.
I just announce the game for the month.
So there we go. All right, let's get the hell out of here, because I think we're tired. My voice needs a rest. So everyone, stay safe out there, and take care of yourself. Bye.
So
Eddie's doing the peace sign, so there you go.